Yeah, I think we forget what all Pete Rose did. To 78, 17-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion. He was the National League MVP in 1973, World Series MVP in 75, National League Rookie of the Year in 63, a Gold Glove winner, a Silver Slugger Award winner, a Roberto Clemente Man of the Year Award winner.
Wow.
3-time National League batting champion. Reds retired his jersey.
And still the hit champion,
right? They unretired it, and then they had
Yeah.
to retire it again.
Yeah, no, I'll go Rose. You won't find a bigger Dan Marino fan than me, but I'll go Rose.
And I saw this week, I'm not a fan, but Mark Wahlberg came out and said that he is working on a movie about
Pete Rose.
Well, that could be an interesting movie, though. Don't you think?
4,256 career hits, and he played in 3,562 career games.
Yeah. No.
Showed up and went to work, man.
Yeah. Marino is my guy, but I'll go Pete Rose in this one.
Yeah, Pete Rose for me as well, too. And that is our 4 Downs, brought to you by Central Alabama Asphalt. Our viewing menu today brought to you by Michelson Laser Vision. We've talked in entertainment a couple of times throughout the show and this half hour, but still some things to watch with Tyler back. Tell us about Michelson.
Yeah, 205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama. Way back in 1995, make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. She's going to hook you up with that hassle-free consultation. Conveniently located UAB Highlands. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right, we've got a new release this week called Newborn. It follows a guy named Chris Newborn, who after serving 7 years in solitary confinement, seeks to rebuild his life and reconnect with his family, only to find out that freedom has become a terrifying psychological battleground. I'm getting choked up.
I know. You love that movie, yes.
Killing me. Next up, we've got a new movie available on Apple TV with an ensemble cast. It's a dark comedy that centers on a guy named Reef Hawk, played by Keanu Reeves, who's a beloved Hollywood star who must dive into the depths of his hidden demons after he is extorted with a mysterious video that's sure to shatter his image and end his career. With the support of his lifelong besties, Kyle, played by Cameron Diaz, and Xander, played by Matt Bomer, along with his crisis lawyer, Ira, played by Jonah Hill, Reef embarks on a soul-searching journey to make amends with anyone he could have possibly wronged in hopes of identifying the blackmailer.
The reviews are terrible.
I'm sharing in the emotion of your return of doing the viewing menu. You've been gone for a few days, and this is emotional for both of us.
Jonah Hill is unrecognizable in the trailer.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
And I saw, I guess, that Cameron Diaz was doing publicity for this, where she came out and said she was hotter than Sydney Sweeney back in the day. That's an interesting debate.
No, not for me.
Which one do you think?
I was never a big Cameron Diaz fan. That's just me.
Yeah.
My opinion.
I mean, I think it's close.
Yeah.
What was the big Cameron Diaz movie where everybody said, wow?
I think The Mask to start it out.
Yeah, The Mask was her. I think that was probably the height for her.
Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were kind of the big ones. She was a little chunky in a movie called Filling Minnesota, which you probably would like. Delroy Lindo and Keanu Reeves.
I probably would like that.
Yeah, it's got a little crime background.
Well, this movie also features Martin Scorsese acting, not directing, and David Spade, and it's directed by Jonah Hill, who's actually not a bad director at all.
I saw the movie. Was it? Is it called 30-something or 20-something? I think it was his directorial debut. Do you know what I'm talking about? And it starts out like, and I was watching it with, this is Jack and a couple of his buddies 3 or 4 years ago. And like one of the opening questions, I was like, that's it. We're turning it off. Shut it down immediately.
I see a show called 20-somethings on Netflix, but I'm not sure if that's it. I don't know.
There's got to be somebody in the chat that knows this. I mean, it was I'm pretty sure it was the first thing he directed.
I think the first movie I saw of his was mid-90s.
That's it. Mid-90s, excuse me.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store. I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
So much to get to in college football today. Pete Golding talking about Twitter. Of course, that involves Lane Kiffin, I'm sure, right? We will talk about some recruiting news down the road, just who's got a tough job in the SEC tomorrow on the show. Brooks has challenged us to rank the SEC coaches 1 through 16. Have you guys done that for him yet?
I have.
Yeah. LT, you've done that for him yet, 1 through 16?
I think, what was this new yesterday?
Yeah.
I can't keep up with it, but yeah. He'll have it.
Yeah. So
within minutes. I thought I did this last week, but I guess it was a different one.
Yeah, it's something coming out all the time from Brooks there, but it's for tomorrow's show, so you're in no rush yet. But off of that, before we do the ranking of the coaches tomorrow, later in this show, who's got to deal with a tougher mindset or tougher fan base this year when it comes to expectations, when it comes to the talent they have? Like, who's got high expectations from the fans, but maybe not the talent or the schedule to back it up? We'll talk about that when it comes to SEC football later on. A.J. McCarron scheduled to be on the show in hour 3. If you're listening to us on replay, Apple and Spotify. If you're with us live, that's at 11 o'clock Central time today. But we're 8 days from the NFL draft. So I wanted to start with this today. I'm just going to throw out some pairings here, and I want your thoughts on who goes first. All right?
All right.
Just random thoughts. You can pull up a mock draft if you want, if that helps you, Brown.
LT doesn't need one.
I didn't want to say it
Was
that
that
way,
your insinuation?
but I feel like LT doesn't need one. But if you want to pull up a mock,
I disagree based on this. Like, Fernando Mendoza is going 1. People are trying to settle in what it's going to look like in the top 10 now. I've seen Kuiper on his final mock draft, put Dallas trading up to get Sonny Styles into the top 10. So, I mean, I think it really is kind of difficult. I mean, I think I kind of know the players, 10 through 15, but I don't necessarily know where they're going to go.
Don't hold us to this. I just wanted to have a little fun with this. Some of them have local ties, some do not. All of them sort of have an SEC tie except one. I'll start with the 2 Alabama players. Who goes first, Ty Simpson or Caden Proctor?
Ty Simpson. I'm convincing myself Ty Simpson's going to go in the first round, and I don't know that Proctor is.
I'm going to go Caden Proctor.
Do you think he's first round?
I think Caden Proctor's top 15 more than likely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think top
Really?
15, top 20. And I do think if Simpson gets drafted in the first round, it is going to be on the back end with somebody trading back in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to just derail us right off the bat here, Jimmy D, but
I got 3 hours. However much we can milk out of this is good.
Okay. I'm just looking at Daniel Jeremiah. This is back in March. I think it's the last one DJ did. I got to get on DJ. We need more mock drafts out of you, one a day. Pick 23 to the Eagles for Proctor. You think he's top 15?
Oh, I think he could be.
Could be. Okay.
Let me see. I'm pulling the Kuiper. Kuiper has Caden Proctor going to Cleveland at 12 overall.
Okay. I was wrong right there then, I don't think he'd be first round.
No, I've seen him all over the place. So I've seen him top 15. I've seen him early second round.
I thought I had read speculation where his stock might have dropped a little bit. Am I wrong about that?
I think the inconsistencies probably, but I think when people met him in person, they were like, "My God,
Yeah, we can work with this.
yeah." I mean, like
His body.
if we can bottle his best, this is just like God given. Like there ain't you can't build something like that.
I've got the Athletic. I don't know who all worked on it from the Athletic, but I got the Athletic here.
Patriots got the top draft, right?
Caden Proctor, 23rd to the Eagles.
That's where DJ had him, yeah.
Yeah, and Ty Simpson. They've got the entire draft, by the way, and they have Ty Simpson in the second round.
Yeah,
to the
that's why I would
Cardinals.
go Caden Proctor. It's just a safer play.
Yeah.
If there is a team out there that's in love with Ty Simpson and they believe he's going to be their future quarterback, there's a good chance he gets selected over Caden Proctor. But I think it's going to be difficult for Proctor to fall out of the first round, and I think it's kind of a 50-50 proposition. I'll still say Ty Simpson is a first-round guy because what world do we live in where you don't at least get more than one quarterback in the first round?
Very rare you have a one first-round quarterback draft.
Yeah.
But it has happened not too long ago.
I wonder if we'll be able to play things like this at Calshi, like which guy goes first or things like that at Calshi.
What they like to do is they like to take a position on they try to go specifically. There are, will this guy go in the top 5 or this guy go in the top 10, but they also slot the spot, and then, the money line comes back depending on where you get them.
Yeah, so that's with our friends at Calshi. So you know what we're doing here. We'll do the rest of them. Tell us about Calshi and the promo code TNR.
Yeah, take a position on the NFL draft. Take a position on the next presidential election. Take a position on the next hurricane to hit. I mean, there are wild props out there. The great thing about Calshi, legally available in all 50 states. First thing you got to do, download that app, Calshi. When you do that, put in the code TNR, and you're going to get $10 when you trade $10, Brown.
Yeah, you can play NFL draft already if you want to. Overall number 1 pick. Yeah, if you think it's going to be Mendoza, that's a good way to go right there. Mendoza is 99%. You can see Ty Simpson. There are tons and tons and tons of NFL draft positions.
Wait, let me guess. That green line is the Jets, and the blue line is the Rams.
How about that?
Yeah.
Which line has the lead?
Arizona does,
Oh, okay.
36%.
Yeah, I'm hoping he gets selected before the Rams really start to think hard about it.
Oh, interesting. Calshi.com. We recommend you download the Calshi app, obviously, and you can play right there at Calshi. As Lance said, use code TNR to get $10 on your first $10 position with our friends at Calshi. And a reminder right now, Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. Fifth Wheels, man. Fifth Wheels are so big right now, and they want you to know they've got a good selection of Fifth Wheels, and throughout the month of April, you get some good financing on them. Some special financing from many, many banks right now. They've got everything from the Arctic Wolf line to the luxurious River Stone, and everything comes with a lifetime warranty from RV Warranty Forever. Everything that is new and qualifying pre-owned. Now, if you're not looking for a fifth wheel, hey, great news. They've got close to 300 RVs new and pre-owned for sale right now. And as I said, banks offering special financing rates for the month of April. Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online, johnstonrvcenter.com.
All right, so my next question here is who goes first, Mansour Delane or Keldrick Falk? Another way for me to put this, who do you think's the first SEC player taken?
Delane. Yeah.
There's a chance Keldrick Falk is the first SEC player taken, the Auburn edge guy.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think he's going to be more in the 20s. I think Delane is a guy that people are really high on, and literally could be the first cornerback off the board.
Yeah.
And
that's the battle of the first SEC. The SEC may go 10 picks.
I was about to bring that up at Calshi. I was just looking at this, Jim. You can play who's going to be the number 1. Obviously, Mendoza's got the heavy favorite. But then after that, who's the 2, who's the 3, who's the 4, who's the 5? You have to go to number 9 in Mansour Delane to find an SEC player that you can actually play right there at Calshi in a head-to-head.
Yeah, well, we kind of threw this out yesterday. The top 15 picks, we had like 2 SEC and 8 Big Ten.
Yep. Interesting there. But Falk in the mix there.
I do think Falk will go in the first round.
Yeah, it seems to be firmly in there. According to The Athletic, they had Mansour Delane 10th, I believe.
You can play him at 9th or 10th at Calshi right now.
10th to the Bengals, God bless him. And Keldrick Falk 11th to the Dolphins.
So Kuiper
Dolphins need everything.
Has Delane going 10th to the Bengals. And this is kind of interesting. He's got Falk going 26th to Buffalo. I bet Falk would like that.
Oh, yeah. Get on a good team.
Who goes first? Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame, or the third Ohio State player?
Ooh, that's interesting. So I think Love will, if you think the third Ohio State player is Caleb Downs, and he may not be, I don't know.
And you got Arvell Reese,
you got Carnell Tate, Sonny Styles. I mean, that's what I was going to say, though. I think Love will go in front of Caleb Downs because they don't generally, in the NFL, don't use super high picks on safeties. It's hard to get a return on that investment.
A debate between Louis Riddick today and Mel Kiper on where Downs should go. Riddick doesn't really think he's going to be like elite enough to go this high, but Kiper's on the other side. He's got him going 5 to the Giants. I think it's going to be Jeremiah Love, and I think Tennessee has kind of leaked. That's the guy they want. They're trying to build, they need everything, but you've already got your quarterback. you need skill around him. And Jeremiah Love, a lot of people believe is the best player in the draft.
Do you guys remember when we used to say, boy, you may never see a running back go in the top 10 again?
Yeah.
I guess that's how good Love is. I mean, the running back is viewed differently in the NFL, though I think maybe they've made a bit of a revival.
Well, yeah, it was Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley has helped
that
that out.
He helped it out.
Bijan went 10 to Forrester's Atlanta Falcons, but Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, the way those guys are playing right now, Christian McCaffrey.
Your guy out in Vegas, he's just stuck with a bad franchise right now, Ashton Jeanty, So, I mean, maybe there's a bit of a running back revival right now, and that will benefit Jeremiah Love. I think he'll go first.
Vanderbilt's Eli Stowers or Texas A&M's Casey Concepcion, a tight end who has some wide receiver qualities, or Casey Concepcion, who seems to be wavering a little bit with his draft stock. It seems to be liked by some, not liked by others.
Watch this football lingo I'm about to use. Stowers is one of those tight ends, Dunaway. You don't necessarily have to play him attached to the line. He can play detached from the line in more of a slot situation, which creates those more difficult matchups. That's why the NFL likes Stowers, so I think he'll go before Concepcion.
Didn't I say it exactly like that last week?
You didn't say detached from the offensive line. I don't think you've used that
here's
phrase.
the thing. Kenyon Sadiq is your number one tight end, not even close to Oregon, and then Stowers is number two. You know, there's not nearly the depth at tight end that there is at receiver. I think at receiver, you could look around and there are arguably 5, maybe 6 guys that could go in the first round. I think Concepcion's going to drop to the early second. I think that's about where Stowers is. So I think a little more difficult, but I'll go Stowers just based on the fact there's so many receivers.
I hate it Concepcion's stock has dropped because when we played the video of him talking at the Combine, and for those who don't remember the story, he's not very comfortable speaking publicly. Was that the story? Do you remember it? You played the audio.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. He's got a stutter issue, right? And he was a little
Casey Concepcion.
Yeah. And he was hesitant, but he decided, hey, I'm going to do this because I'm going to have to do these meetings.
Yeah,
and
he's helping out.
That's right.
And
people
after
who
that, suffer with that.
Yeah, and after that, I wanted to see him go as high as he could possibly go. So I hate that his stock has dropped a little bit.
But you know,
it's a good story.
There are some, in my opinion, like Mekhi Lemon and Jordan Tyson can be elite receivers in this draft. Cornell Tate could be an elite receiver in this draft.
He's an Ohio State receiver. They're all good, right?
Yeah.
Who goes first? Jeremy Bernard of Alabama or Malachi Fields, Notre Dame, right? Malachi Fields?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bernard or Fields? Now we're definitely into the second round here.
You're into the second round now, maybe even the third, just because, again, the depth of receiver, but I would think it's Bernard.
Jeremy Bernard. How about that?
So.
I would hope so.
Well, just pure production.
You know, we talked before he got hurt, and he played the last probably quarter of the season hurt, if not third of the season hurt. You know, we were talking about him maybe sneaking into the first round. There started to be some of those early mock drafts that talked about him sneaking into the back of the first round, but his production dropped a whole lot at the end of the year once he got injured, and Alabama's offense didn't help him a ton either.
I mean, but it also, you know, depends on what the team's looking for because, you know, Fields is big, long, lanky, 6'5". Bernard is more of your traditional receiver.
Last one here. Which happens first? A second Auburn player is drafted or a third Alabama player is drafted?
So if you think the first two are Proctor and Simpson, which is the conventional wisdom
and then Bernard would be the third.
Bernard probably is your third. And if you think he's mid-second round, who from Auburn is going to go in front of that?
Kieran Crawford is an edge guy, is projected as a second-round guy in some places.
I would go Bernard.
I think I would go third Alabama player. Yeah, before second Auburn player.
All right. That's some of the NFL draft 8 days away, a week from tomorrow in Pittsburgh. And we won't be in Pittsburgh, but one day the NFL draft, it'll be fun. Do you think it ever comes to Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, you could hold it at Centennial Park, which is...
Yeah, Atlanta's lost so much buzz.
Yeah.
Just as far as like hot cities. I mean, Nashville is the hot city, not even close in the South right now. We've already had it in Nashville, possibly.
I mean, Centennial Park's big enough for it, right?
Nashville was
maybe not. I don't know.
Nashville was the first road show, right?
And they set such a high bar that the NFL was like, "Ooh,
we need to keep doing this.
Yeah, we got to keep doing this. We got to somehow try to make it better because Nashville killed it."
Well, they forgot to tell like literally all the bachelorette parties that the draft was going on.
Right.
So you just had this mass of people there. Atlanta might get one.
Yeah.
So
you know what's interesting is Pittsburgh has the most picks this year. Do you know that? So not only are they looking for a quarterback, they got the most picks, and it's right there on their home turf.
So help me. You've had Nashville, Detroit, Green Bay, and now Pittsburgh.
Did we never get Vegas?
Did we do Chicago first? And
I thought Nashville was the first one. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought Nashville was first.
I thought
too.
Nashville.
I thought
Nashville was the first one that became such a
Vegas.
street party.
Yeah.
Vegas was supposed to be 2020, I think. Remember?
Oh,
Weren't they supposed
I
to come
think
get
you're
guys
right.
on boats?
Yep, I think you're right.
And then they came up with the slavery angle. Like, let's not get them on boats.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then obviously COVID. But I mean, there's some good NFL cities that would be in front of Atlanta. I mean, like Kansas City, you'd have to put them in front of Atlanta, and you got all kinds of room out there. You could do it even if you just did it at Arrowhead.
I mean, Buffalo would be good.
Buffalo
right?
would be a great city, and this time of year, the weather's good enough you could do it.
Yeah, probably Los
Philadelphia.
Angeles is too big.
Here we go. You're
LA
right.
is too big, yeah.
Dunaway, Chicago 15 and 16. Philly 17. I don't remember some of these.
But
Arlington 18.
But were those outdoors or those were indoors?
Remember,
See,
yeah.
I think Nashville was the first big outdoors one.
They were
like the street party.
Remember they had the it was sort of an under big
canopy.
It was under a
Yeah.
roof, and it was almost like an amphitheater, like under a roof. And then it was. I remember Chicago. I remembered that.
So,
And,
yeah.
Chicago, Philly in 17, Arlington 18, Nashville 19, 2020
was supposed
canceled,
to be Vegas.
virtual.
Cancel.
2021, Cleveland. 22 was Vegas. 23 was Kansas City.
I don't
24 was Detroit, and 25 was Green Bay.
Well, I just don't remember a lot of those.
I remember Nashville.
Yeah, I do too.
I remember Detroit.
I remember Green
And
Bay.
I remember
'cause it was
Green Bay
last
because it
year.
was last year.
But I
And I
remember
thought
how
I
good,
remember Vegas.
How good Detroit
They
and
killed
Nashville.
It. They killed it, yeah.
Yeah, both of those. I mean, you could have told me it was Nashville, Green Bay, and Nashville, Detroit, Green Bay in that order. I would have believed you.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, that's the NFL draft 8 days away. We'll jump into college football. Auburn is on the clock when it comes to A-Day, wrapping up some spring drills. Alabama finishes theirs tomorrow. Part of the conversation of college football brought to you by our friends at Hoover Toyota. Tell us about Hoover Toyota.
They've got the best inventory out there, on-site financing available. I have used these guys, obviously, for the on-site financing, but purchased multiple units from Hoover Toyota over the last year and a half. Got my daughter the RAV back Christmas of 24. Just got a Land Cruiser a couple of months ago. Absolutely loving it. Reliability, holding its value, safety. It's all right there for a Toyota. Stop in, see Scott, Kim, Harold, all the fine folks there. Located Highway 150. Beautiful location. Tell them the guys from the Next Round sent you. For more information, you can check out the inventory right now. Go to hoovertoyota.com.
Hey, A.J. McCarron coming on the show at 11 o'clock. He's the head ball coach of the Birmingham Stallions. They are back-to-back protective coming up this Saturday. It is the home opener, 3 o'clock. The first 5,000 fans will get a free Stallions T-shirt. Gucci Mane performing at halftime. Tickets start at just $15, so bring the entire family. You can get your tickets, UFLStallions.com. That is UFLStallions.com. And see the Stallions return to Birmingham Saturday at 3 o'clock, UFLStallions.com.
I tell you, I heard Alex Golesh talking yesterday as they prepare for A-Day coming up this weekend, 2 o'clock Saturday, Jordan-Hare Stadium. And one of the things he started talking about is just having a tougher mindset. He wants to develop a tougher mindset. They got to get tougher mentally. And you start to think back where Auburn has been in recent years. That really has been part of the DNA that's missing. I mean, just think of the teams they've had on the ropes, and they let them off the hook.
So more mental toughness, you're saying, than like we can win at the line of scrimmage toughness?
I think it's.
I don't think they're a very mentally tough team. I would agree with you. Under Hugh Freeze, they weren't.
I think mentally tough to finish the deal. I mean,
they lost every close game
we
under
knew
Hugh Freeze.
exactly who they were, and we let them off the hook.
No, I mean, the old Denny Green, pounds the. It seemed like if Auburn had a fourth quarter lead, they could not close it. I mean, I'll try to go back and look, but I would say Hugh Freeze era, Auburn, fourth quarter lead probably lost 75% of those games.
Just think of the last few Alabama games down there.
Oh, they led in the fourth quarter in both those.
Yeah.
They didn't lead in the fourth because they were tied in the fourth quarter last year.
They had a chance to win it in the
had a
fourth
chance
last
to win
year.
if Alabama doesn't pick up the fourth down.
Obviously, the Jalen Milroe, even before that, the Bryce Young, the Georgia games, the last two, they've had chances to win those.
They were terrible with fourth quarter leads and really have been for quite a while. It wasn't just a Hugh Freeze thing. It does go back kind of the end of Malzahn and went all the way through Harsin and all the way through Freeze, they cannot close out close games.
I would like to see that number, though.
What?
One possession games, which would be easy to find, and then fourth quarter blown leads.
Yeah.
I bet it
sounds like a good Brooks graphic, maybe.
Yeah. I bet it's 75%. Since 2000, I would bet.
Let's don't go 2000. That's too far back. Let's go bad years. Let's go 5 years.
Jim, they've all been bad since 2000.
They won a national championship.
Oh, with 2020. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was thinking 2020 and saying 2000.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, 2020. No. You're right. 2020. Since 2020, I would bet of the fourth quarter of the games Auburn has led in the fourth quarter, they've lost 75% of the game.
That's 5 seasons. You and I are on the same
we
page
are.
there. Yeah.
But if they led in the fourth quarter, I bet they've lost 75% of those, and that's an astounding number if true. But but my gut tells me that's pretty close.
If you take out the fringe games that really shouldn't count,
it's going to be even worse.
Yeah. I mean, if you just go SEC games.
That's probably a fairer way to do it if Brooks wants to look at that. Of SEC games they led in the fourth quarter since 2000, I bet they've lost 75%.
Yeah. Or one possession games.
Wow, that's a big number.
Yeah.
Would it surprise you?
I mean, no.
I mean, they cannot close out a lead.
Yeah, the coach,
Well, you've had several fired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and so that's how you get fired. Is when you can't win close games in the SEC because you play a ton of them.
So I appreciate Alex Golesh saying that, tougher mindset. And then, he's an offensive guy. Here's cut 4. This is Alex Golesh talking about in the most recent scrimmage that the offense had what he likes to call a aha moment.
When you do what we do offensively, there's always this aha moment. This is my 4th time doing this in this system. And there's always this aha moment of when you consistently move the chains, the tempo catches up to the defense. Like there's this moment of, all right, this guy's tired and I am going to go physically either road grade him or run by him or whatever the play call is. I thought there were times today where the offensive line, the skill guys felt that. Like we were efficient on early downs and we're able to go move it. You stay out of 3rd and long, you have a chance, and early on in the scrimmage we did, and then I thought the defense bounced right back. We went into a 2nd and long situation, and the defense 4 in a row got stops. And again, because you're not getting the drive started, that's where you kind of feel a halt to it. But there was enough really cool moments offensively of these aha moments today, and I've had it where it's happened in the spring. I've had it where it's happened in fall camp. I've had it where it's happened week 5 of the season, where it's all right, if we pick this up on 1st down and gets a 2nd and short and move the chains, now there's a rhythm to it. Today was the first time I feel like they felt that.
Yeah, that's a big step forward.
Oh, yeah. I had lunch with a former Auburn player yesterday. He was telling me a cool story that he was down recently with some former players at one of the scrimmages, and Golesh, kind of separated the media and the former players and brought the former players over, and he said, look, I know this is been something that hasn't been kind of a priority, at least over the last few years. But you guys built this, and you don't need to call ahead. You just show up, practice whenever you want. This is your facility. We want as many former players here as possible.
That's really cool. I've never understood why coaches shy away from
either.
That, but that's really cool to hear that he's taking it even to another level. Don't even call ahead, man. Just show up. You're a former player. What I heard him say right there, though, is they've gotten better about identifying weakness, right? That's what I heard him say initially is they are now realizing if you're going to play at this pace, if this guy's tired, I can identify that, and I'm either going to road grade him or we're going to attack him, which, like you said, that's a big step forward in that offense. I mean, that's what that offense is predicated on is I am moving so fast that you can't keep up with me. And it at times has worked for Josh Heupel, and at times it hasn't. But the way it does work is when you identify the guy that's tired, you attack him.
We'll hear from Cole Best, Auburn center, tomorrow on the show. We're live at Talladega tomorrow as we get ready for the racing coming up a little bit later this month. Tell you all the great fun you can have at Talladega, and we'll talk more Auburn football not only later in this show, but a lot of it tomorrow over in Talladega as we get ready for A-Day coming up this Saturday, and then Talladega the following weekend. Big busy time of year around here. Before we take our first break and do more college football in the next segment, I did want to bring up last night. It's cool. I love sports for a variety of different reasons, as we all do. But when you and listen, it's not an SEC game and it's not a tournament game. So in the big scheme of things for Alabama softball, it's a blip on the radar. But number 3 Alabama, who's having a really great year, played at Samford last night, midweek game. And Samford upset number 3 Alabama. Katie Campbell with a big 2-run double, I think in the 5th inning. And Samford holds on to beat number 3 Alabama. And you see Samford sending that out, and you watch the video again. Just look at the excitement there. I mean, it's like they won a championship.
It really is.
Because it's such a big opportunity. And, that's a team that has a chance to make it to Oklahoma City and play in the World Series. And you just knocked them off on your field there. Just a great moment. One of those chill moments, memories that those women will have there at Samford for a long, long time. Pretty cool last night in softball. All right, when we come back, college football show being brought to you by Lance's Lock, lanceslock.com. A couple NBA play-in games last night. You had to go to Amazon Prime. You had to go to Prime to watch them. You got to do it again tonight on Prime.
There were apparently some issues.
Oh, yeah, overtime. Yeah. Overtime when it goes dark for a minute.
Yeah,
and you miss a key possession or two. That's crucial.
Yeah, bigger controversy, LaMelo Ball and what he pulled last night on Bama.
Would you suspend him for the next play-in
I
game?
don't think you can. I think that's on the officials in that game. They probably should have caught it immediately. I mean, if you haven't seen the replay, and I think another problem is Adebayo probably maybe needed to bitch and complain a little bit more. And because, a lot of the times NBA guys, when they're griping and they're trying to get calls, it's over the top, and he really wasn't. But if you haven't seen it, ball goes down. He's on the baseline. Adebayo stumbling. He grabs his ankle basically and trips him, and he has to leave the game, and he doesn't come back, and that is by far Miami's best player.
Hurt his back, yeah.
Yeah, and without him, they lose by 1 on a ball layup.
In overtime.
And Eric Spoelstra says the right things. We're not going to make excuses. The Hornets played a hell of a game, but, man, that's a tough way to lose.
Yeah, first time out of the playoffs for the Heat, I think, since 2019. So they're not in, unless you count the playing games as in, which most people don't, because you're playing in. Now the Hornets will play the loser of the Orlando-Philadelphia game tonight. You also have the Clippers and Golden State playing. The winner gets the opportunity to play the Suns. The loser goes home, right, in this game.
And we played one NBA game last night. We did have the other side of the Suns. We had the Trailblazers plus 4.5. They won the game outright. More NBA up and available with Major League Baseball at lanceslock.com. Free play every single day. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Whether you experience any cooling issues in your home right now with the changing weather, you need to make sure that HVAC system is ready to keep up with the changing weather. You need to make sure it's serviced properly. Our friends at Hemp Hill Services, they can handle this. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for any and all of these issues. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. Hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
This spring, make it a week the whole family will remember. The Regions Tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, returns to Greystone for championship golf and family fun. Watch legendary players compete, enjoy activities for all ages, and experience the excitement on and off the course. Don't forget to stop by Hole 10 following play on Saturday for a live concert featuring Blues Traveler. This is a week you don't want to miss. April 29th through May 3rd. Get your tickets now.
When you think of Birmingham, it's hardworking people that go out each and every day to provide for their families, and that's how we want our team and our play on the field. Join us April 18th as we take on the Orlando Storm. United we ride.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
I didn't bring this up on Monday or Tuesday, and that's my fault. But over the weekend, a guy who passed for 451 yards against Alabama in the Fiesta Bowl, Browning Nagle, passed away. 57 years old.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, former New York Jet. What happened?
I don't know the details. I didn't get into that, but I just saw that he passed, and at that age, at 57, he was. I mean, that was one of the more astounding upsets. I'm going to call it an upset. I can't remember what the point spread is. I think it was double digits.
It was a freaking 7-win Alabama team. How was that?
10-win Louisville team, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, how was that
Howard
such a historic?
No, I think everybody thought Alabama was going to win.
Yeah, because Louisville had not played a challenging schedule. Schnellenberger had built that program, rebuilt that program.
Colon cancer, by the way.
Into what it was.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I remember that night, though. Browning Nagle. That was the old Howard Schnellenberger team, and they still played in the minor league baseball stadium. You remember that up in Louisville?
Yep, absolutely.
That they had converted into a football stadium?
I mean, this is not his obituary, but I guess from the robot, I mean, that's the one thing it jumps. It says, played for the New York Jets, but best remembered for his record-setting performance in the 1991 Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, they scalded Alabama. It was like 35-7, as I remember it.
Yeah.
And
did you cover that game?
Close.
I did not cover that game. I was working in Lexington, Kentucky at the time.
Well, the reason I ask is a lot of people that were around that game just talked about Alabama and like how lackadaisical they were, and they just went out there to party.
I think that's why we call it an upset. I think Alabama thought they could roll the helmet out there and beat Louisville, and Louisville had other plans.
Yeah. No, I would venture to say it was a betting upset that Alabama was the favorite, even though they were 7.
Yeah, no, I think they probably were, just based on brand.
Yeah. but 7-win team, Alabama. They started off the year, was it 0-3?
0-3. I mean, 7 wins is not great, but they had played much better at the end of that season, and they had ended with an Iron Bowl win. It was the first time in 4 years or 5 years they'd won the Iron Bowl. Auburn was on a 4-game win streak.
And they'd gotten into the Fiesta Bowl because of a Martin Luther King issue.
Holiday.
Holiday in the state of Arizona that people were turning down the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, so Alabama was kind of punching up in weight class because Louisville should have been playing a better record team. Didn't matter.
Yeah, I just remember that was my freshman year in Tuscaloosa, and I was like, damn, already 0-3.
Yeah, I mean, what is going on here?
Who's this Stallings fellow?
Yeah. And it's free countdown to kickoff. We're at 136 days to the start of the college football season. Your game day tradition, of course, with great happy hour and great pre- and post-game festivities when it comes time to have a good time in Tuscaloosa. It's our friends at Innisfree. Also, the Lakeview location. Irish-inspired pub food, the signature Irish gold sauce. Boy, if you've never had food at Innisfree, you're missing out right there. But they're known for their world-class atmosphere and cocktails. You get that all the time. Countdown to kickoff 1:36, thanks to our friends at Innisfree.
The College Football Spotlight.
It's presented each day by our guy Alexander Shinara, Shinara Trial Attorneys. You find yourself in need of any legal assistance, Shinara.com, Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. This is a guy that is Birmingham born, grew up in the city of Birmingham. When he started his legal practice, he could have started it anywhere. He chose to do it in his hometown of Birmingham, to take care of his community, and he has done just that. I mean, he's a heck of an employer in Birmingham. More than 150 attorneys, 500 team members right there under his roof at Shinara Trial Attorneys. Shinara.com, Shinara.com. They've recovered more than $2 billion for their clients, and they can work for you as well with Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys.
Listen, this isn't a hot seat discussion yet. I want to jump into who's facing a major challenge this year with expectations from fan base and the talent you actually have on the roster. But to jump off the conversation, here's Shane Beamer yesterday, coming off a weekend that he spent in Augusta at the Masters.
That the fans will be asking you as you make the
should have stopped at one question. You were great with the first one, Phil.
The most difficult question you think you'll face as you crisscross the state?
I don't know. Coach, we going to be any better this year? I mean, I don't know. I get the tough questions at home, too. We were walking around the Masters Sunday, and like I said, there were tons of Gamecock fans that were coming up, and were very, 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 very nice. And my son was with me, and he stopped me, and he's like, do they know you went 4-8 last season? So I don't think there's any question that I'm going to get at a Gamecock club that's going to be any harder than what I get at home. But I say that in all seriousness, Phil. Everyone that we're all disappointed about last season, nobody more so than myself. But everyone that I saw this past weekend, I'm sure there were people that didn't speak that were cussing me as I walked by and calling me a bum. I get it. That's just the job I signed up for. But everyone that we saw in Augusta and anyone that I've come in contact with really since the end of last season has been nothing but amazing and positive. And I love the passion of our fans. That's why I can't wait to get out to some of these Gamecock Club events and see and feel and hear their passion. And I'd rather coach at a place where you have passionate fans that ask you hard questions and whatnot than a place where they don't care. And they care here, and I'm very, very passionate about getting us to where we need to be, and that's competing for championships.
His own son? Yeah, what a little dick. Hey, I'm taking you to the Masters. Look at the house you live in.
Do they know you went 4-8 last year?
Hey, the good news for him, though, is across the state, like Clemson ain't doing Clemson
that's
things.
right.
So
Yeah.
it does
it's gotten
help.
easier, yeah.
But in the SEC, I'll start off by saying this: where's the most patient fan base? Because South Carolina fans seem to be relatively patient. They support the program.
Do you mean historically or right now? Right now, I would probably
because
say
you would agree patience has never been. There's never been. We've never been more short on patience than we are right now.
Lance, I would say right now the most patient fan base would be Kentucky with Will Stein.
Well, you say that because they just hired Will Stein.
They just hired him. I think they know their place in the football world. They were tired of Mark Stoops. This is a fresh start. And I think they realize this guy, it'll take a minute. This guy will take some time.
Kentucky could be it. I'm going to go Mississippi State based on this. You had arguably the greatest coach in your history, leaves, takes the Florida job. You bring in Mike Leach. The fans absolutely loved him. Tragic circumstances. You lose him. You bring in Zach Arnett, or you just take him from defense coordinator to interim coach, basically, and fire him after a year, and then you bring in Levy. If you're Mississippi State and you know your pecking order, you've got to be patient at this point, and especially all the circumstances that have gotten you to where you are right now with Jeff Levy.
All of that is reasonable, but fans are not reasonable. And the only thing I would say about Jeff Levy, and you guys tell me how you feel about this. I'm trying to pull up. He's 7-18 in conference. He's 1-15.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I mean, how deep do you get to go there without?
It's almost Chad Morris-like.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Thank you, Lou.
And I let my eyes and my ears do a little bit more to my mouth. They looked better last year.
I agree. Again, these are moral victories, but they took Tennessee and Texas to overtime. I mean, if you get one play in each of those games, and now all of a sudden this feels totally different.
Totally, but it's
you go to a bowl last year.
To Dunaway's point, I just believed it was a much better, very competitive team, and I think in year 1 under Levy, you really didn't have that.
There were times last year Mississippi State looked like a better program than Auburn.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was really, really close. Back to, if I'm going to push back on your Kentucky, though, you know, the problem,
please do.
Like I say, Shane Beamer, the good news is, one of the positives, Clemson's not playing Clemson football, but Mark Pope, if he had this thing dialed in basketball-wise, it would take a lot of pressure off Will Stein.
There's no doubt. But now, actually, could it be just the opposite, that all the focus is on Pope and him getting it dialed in, and Stein's free popping right now? You know?
It's funny, both of you named 2 schools, and Vandy hasn't been one of them yet. Always historically patient. I guess at times we make it act like they don't care. That's changing.
But why would you be patient? You're just coming off the best season in your school history.
Yeah,
well,
I just don't.
I'm saying at this point in time, they've been a very patient fan base.
Yeah, they have been.
Well,
but
I think that it's just it's not even like a hobby. It's almost like a club sport for some of these fans. And hey, you know, we'll go to the game, and at halftime we'll leave, and we'll have a nice day in Nashville. I don't think anybody really thought football was ever going to have any kind of impact at all.
I guess the reason I skip Vandy is you've got to have a passionate fan base to discuss patient fans, and they just don't have that.
I will be interested to see where you guys put Clark Lee on your rankings.
Yeah, I South Carolina to me is somewhere in the middle when it comes to patience and fan bases. They're a good fan base, but this guy's got a tough job this year.
He does,
because they're 4-8 last year. I don't know how good they're going to be this year, yet they've got a star quarterback, which always makes a fan base think we should be better than maybe we really are.
And they brought Nick Harbor back as his top receiver.
Yeah, and they got the kid off the edge.
Yeah,
defensive
Dylan
player.
Stewart.
But they could have 3 first or second team All SEC players on the roster, which makes you think you should be better maybe than you really are.
Well, you know, the problem is you do have what was viewed as maybe the best quarterback in the league coming into the season, at least the most physically talented, and then you're the worst offense in the league.
Yeah. Now, he made a bad hire. Shane Beamer is to blame for that. He made a bad hire on Mike Shula. The good news for them, I'll ping good news for Shane Beamer, if he wants to be treated well at Augusta next year, is you've got a chance to get off to a pretty good start. Now, you better, because your finish is tough, but I mean, they open with Kent State, Towson, and Mississippi State at home. You better be 3-0 right there. You're at Alabama, which should be a loss, but, you know, they have come very close to beating Alabama 2 straight years now. So it's not like they've been way out of that game.
It's weird that they're playing Alabama 3 straight years.
I agree.
It seems like that
used to be the once every 8-year game for Alabama.
And now here we are with 9 games, so you can get everybody every other year.
But then you play Kentucky and at Florida. I mean, you've got a chance to be 5-1.
Boy, if you're not with the back half of this,
that's what I'm saying.
Schedule.
Back half is brutal, Lance. The back half is Tennessee, at Oklahoma, Texas A&M, 3 straight weeks.
I don't think Shane Beamer can survive the schedule.
At Arkansas, Georgia, at Clemson. That's the back half of your schedule. So he best be 5-1, or it's going to be a really difficult time.
Norris plays like Cam Newton in 2010.
Right. Obviously, Alabama is a different beast with Kalen DeBoer. The expectations are going
there is no patience.
Are going to be all over the skis for Kalen DeBoer.
I mean, it should be. If Kalen DeBoer doesn't have, I mean, fair or unfair, if he doesn't have at least a season, winning 10 or 11 games, getting to a college football playoff, it's going to be disastrous for a lot of Alabama fans.
To take a quote from Shane Beamer right there, that is what you signed up for as the Alabama coach.
Yeah. And I would imagine all these SEC coaches knew what they were getting into when they got this gig. By the way, Texas A&M, now these are early rankings when it comes to recruiting. And I don't even know how much high school recruiting means anymore. It's just a part of it when you factor in the portal. But right now, number one at On3 Sports, Texas A&M. Last time they finished number one in recruiting, they bought every single one of them.
And they didn't get shit out of it.
They ended up firing that coach.
2022.
Yeah.
Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Ohio State, USC are the ones that follow after that. And then just going way early. I say this because from right now through June, July 4th, the weekend, a lot of high school recruits will make their announcements. It's the hotbed of the recruiting season.
By the way, I think you've got to have good NIL to be in the top 10 of this, right? Or at
100%
least you've got to have it dialed in.
Yeah, especially
On3
early.
Sports says a top-tier recruit just got a 3-year, $7.5 million deal. Wow. That if you're a top talent high school recruit, that you're not even listening to anybody unless it's $1 million. Like they've heard $750,000 being offered to top-tier recruits, and they don't even return the call.
Don't even return the call.
That's On3 Sports.
Wow.
Get him to call me back.
Right now, Georgia 9th, Florida 10th, Ole Miss 11th, Texas 12th, Vandy 15th, Tennessee 16, Alabama 24, Kentucky 28, Missouri 31, Mississippi State 34, Arkansas 53, LSU 74, Auburn 75, South Carolina 77. Now, this is with 3-4 recruits. So this will change tremendously.
It will.
That's just where it's going.
But I don't want to blow past where you had Vandy right there. That's pretty impressive. I don't care how many recruits you got.
We talked about, the Jared Curtis, we talked about the commitment to NIL with Vanderbilt. At least that's what we've heard.
They got a big recruit yesterday, 4-star tight end, number one tight end out of the state of Georgia. Grant Haviland picked Vandy over a host of other people.
I would completely recruit differently if I was a head coach today. I wouldn't, like, there are certain 5-star guys you probably go after, but I'm going straight portal. And the reason being, even if you get these guys out of high school, how long are they going to stay with you?
So you're Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the 74th right there for LSU. Yeah, that's why I'm getting the established players that I know can already play at this level, because if I go get a guy and he's a contributor early on, he's going to want to be a starter, and if I don't make him a starter, even if I do, somebody's probably going to pay more. I'm not going to develop these guys.
Yeah, I think I attack it the way Alabama's attacking it. The elite of the elite, the best I can, they get 2 or 3 5-stars every year.
Got to go after those guys.
And those guys come in and they contribute when you get them.
Especially if they're in your state, like Ryan Coleman Williams, or Ryan Williams at the time, is a good example of that. That was an in-state guy who's one of the top recruits in America. You still have to go after that guy, whether you think you can get a better guy in the portal or not. There's an element of, if he's a guy in my state that's that big, I've still got to try to get him.
But I think you and I were talking about this before the show one day, where the other recruits I think I would go after are some 3-stars or low 4-stars that maybe I wouldn't have recruited in the past, that I know will stay with me for 4 years and provide the depth on the roster as I do the portal thing.
Yeah, if they will stay with you, if you really believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were commenting on the fact that I have never seen more 3-stars being announced as recruits at this time of year by big schools.
Like Georgia, I think, got a 3-star the other day, and I was like...
That was the one you were talking about. You're like, I've never seen Georgia have 3 stars this time of year. And I'm like, it sounds like that is Kirby's foundation. That's me building the foundation. The house is going to be the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But the foundation, I've still got to have some 3, maybe some 4 stars. But I'm going to try to get proven guys out of the portal.
Speaking of proven, Miami ended up signing their coordinators to multi-year contracts. It's the 3rd year of OC Shannon Dawson down there. And I thought he did a good job last year.
I like him.
2 years, they've been at the top, if not leading in scoring offense and total offense. And then a guy turned into a superstar last year was defensive coordinator Corey Heatherman. Had a top 5 defense last year. Both those coordinators are back with Mario Cristobal, and they've got a multi-year contract as well. And then there's Bedlam, before we get to the viewing menu. New Oklahoma athletic director Roger Denny was at the Bedlam baseball game last night that got stopped in the 8th inning because of weather. And in his meeting with the media, he was asked about renewing Bedlam in college football. And he says he's had no discussion, and right now there's no discussion of bringing back the Oklahoma State-Oklahoma game, which isn't high on my list of games that I'm missing.
It wasn't a rivalry. I mean, Oklahoma won. I mean, what is the all-time record there?
Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, it wasn't really a rivalry. It was just two teams that are in state, so they were playing.
Yeah,
and at one point it was a conference game, so they had to play.
I think even more relevant now to that rivalry is the irrelevancy of Oklahoma State, and they continue to go the opposite way. So as far as when they continue to drop like that, maybe Oklahoma throws them a bone. I doubt it. I don't know when we see this again. What was the hiatus between? Was it 13 or 14 years on A&M and Texas?
It was definitely over a decade.
Yeah. I never remembered you. And we watch a ton of college football. Do you ever remember, like, ooh, I've got to watch Bedlam? What TV screen is that going to be on?
Last year was the second year back, right?
Yep.
I think their last year of playing was 2011. And then however many years that was until...
Yeah, so 13,
about
14.
13 years, yeah. All right, before we get to the viewing menu today, our friends at Talladega are ready for a little NASCAR racing, and you can get your tickets. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. Get all the information you need, whether it's camping, whether we're talking about getting out there and just enjoying the infield, whatever you need, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. That includes buying the ticket for your garage experience. You can upgrade to the garage experience, be immersed in all the excitement of NASCAR racing. You're actually in the NASCAR Cup Series garage bay to watch your favorite crew and driver work together to get it dialed in, part of the pre-race ceremonies and so much more. It's all right there with our friends at Talladega. The Jack Links 500 coming up April the 26th. Get your tickets right now, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. And also our friends right there at Michelson Laser Vision, bringing you the viewing menu.
Yeah, 205-969-8100, the number I called back in 2003. I still have that 2015 vision, better than 2020. Make that call today, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy Toe, the next round sent you. She will hook you up with a hassle-free consultation, zero to lose, to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right, so we've got an early screening tonight. It's called Over Your Dead Body. It releases next weekend, but you can see it early tonight with a special Q&A live stream from some of the stars. When miserable couple Dan and Lisa retreat to a remote cabin for a romantic reset, each arrives with a secret plan to kill the other.
Oh.
However, their carefully plotted traps and counterplots quickly unravel when strangers crash the weekend with plans of their own. As the toxic getaway spirals into chaotic carnage, Dan and Lisa must soon figure out if they want to save their marriage or survive it. And it stars Jason Segel and Samara Weaving as the main couple, and then the other couple is played by Timothy Oliphant and Juliette Lewis.
I like that. I like that concept. I don't know that I've seen a movie like that where both of them are planning to kill the other one. That opens the door for some fun.
Yeah, the feeling
what's
I get
it on?
What's that?
What platform?
It's in theaters.
Okay.
But it gives the feeling of like a comedic take on Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
And it's from the director of MacGruber and Pop Star, Never Stopped, Never Stopping, if you like those SNL movies.
Yeah, you did not sell me there. You had me interested until you gave me that piece of information.
Next up, a new release on Prime tonight. It's called Balls Up. It's a raunchy, over-the-top comedy where marketing executives Brad, played by Mark Wahlberg, and Elijah, played by Paul Walter Hauser, go balls out and pitch a bold, full-coverage condom sponsorship with the World Cup. After their drunken celebration in Brazil sparks a global scandal, they must outrun furious fans, criminals, and power-hungry officials to salvage their careers and make it home alive. And it also features Molly Shannon and Eric Andre.
Yeah,
so
probably not the Oscar watch here.
No, it's going to be
either of those.
It's going to be a stupid comedy, but it just sounds like it'll be a fun hour and a half, turn your brain off kind of deal. And then we've got a new series on Apple TV called Margot's Got Money Troubles. It's described as a bold, heartwarming, and comedic family drama following recent college dropout and aspiring writer Margot, played by Elle Fanning, the daughter of an ex-Hooters waitress, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, and ex-pro wrestler, played by Nick Offerman, as she's forced to make her way with a new baby, mounting pile of bills, and a dwindling amount of ways to pay them. So she joins OnlyFans. And it also stars
of course she does.
Nicole Kidman and Greg Kinnear.
Speaking of Apple, have you watched Your Friends and Neighbors yet?
Yes, 2 episodes in, right?
Okay, yeah, so I just saw it. Did it come this past weekend or?
So it's one a week, so...
It came 2 the first time, though.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah, so I just watched them this weekend for the first time, but what is crazy is in the next reel yesterday, we always do what we're watching or what we watched on the past weekend. 2 weeks ago, I watched The Warriors from 1978, great movie from Walter Hill, and I was talking about it on the next reel. And then I watched Night of the Hunter from 1955 with Robert Mitchum this past weekend. The first episode of Your Friends and Neighbors, he's watching The Warriors. Ooh. The second episode, he goes to the theater to see The Night of the Hunter.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, how weird is that?
That is weird.
Those are 2 random movies.
Random.
Yeah, it's different. It's really unique on Apple because I watched it. And in the first episode, he was watching Porky's, and in the second episode, he was watching Porky's Revenge. So I think it's styled in specifically.
Yeah, maybe.
Wouldn't that be cool if they could do things like that?
I'll tell you, though, the twist after episode 2 of Your Friends and Neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is going to be a good season.
Me too. I like that guy. That guy,
James Marsden.
Yeah, he's the president
Paradise.
in Paradise, so it was good. I did a little research on Rooster, the creator of that, and that guy did create Shrinking and Ted Lasso.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew it. It was the theme song that made me go, it's got a little Shrinking vibe to the theme song, and just the way some of the stuff was shot, I was like, this has a little of the theme to it. So, yeah, creator or head writer, I can't remember which one.
I mean, I will say the lead, Steve Carell, has got that that misfit, woe is me, you're pulling for, what you got with Ted Lasso, and then also what you've got with the character
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel, yeah, and Shrinking.
Yeah, and I'm like you. The daughter, I think, is a breakout star. She may have been in a bunch of stuff before, but it's really good. There's a new show that's coming. I think it's on Netflix from the creator of The Crown, and I saw a trailer last night where she's basically going to be the stylist for one of the royals. And then they're sort of the same age, so they hit it off. And there are people like, she's such good friends with her. She thinks she's a royal now, and they're partying together and eating together and dressing alike. And then all of a sudden, it's like the royal calls up and says, "Hey, the police want to talk to you." And there's apparently a murder, and she's sort of. It was a good trailer. It had me interested. Of course, I don't know the name of it.
But just search there, you'll find it.
Yeah, just search.
Yeah, just keep
guy
scrolling.
Who made the Crown new show? That would actually probably get you there.
Yeah, that probably gets it.
Finally on View Menu today. So CinemaCon's going on this week. It's a big industry event for people who are owning theaters, high up in the theater business, or popcorn machine makers. Just basically everything that goes into a movie, but not really a public event.
So if we had new technology, for concessions, we would go to this and try to pitch our idea.
Yeah, you would pitch your new popcorn machine, your new projector there, and tell everybody how much it costs and how much more money they can make if they add it to their theater, basically. But we got a new look at Godzilla Minus Zero, the sequel to Godzilla Minus One. And it looks amazing, and my hype is through the roof. It could not be higher. So Netflix has Godzilla Minus One. If you haven't seen that one, I would highly recommend it.
Very good.
It's got a very Jaws feel to it. It's not nerdy Godzilla fighting King Kong and King Ghidorah and all that.
So the new next reel has dropped yet, or is about to drop?
It will be dropping this afternoon.
All right. So this afternoon for the latest next reel. And that's what Tyler is watching, brought to you by our friends at Michelson and also by our friends at One Man and a Toolbox. You guys had a chance to shoot this episode in here or over in the bourbon room?
We were actually in the bourbon room yesterday.
Oh.
First time we actually did because it was a different angle from how we typically do Bama and Bourbon because of our great videographer, Scott Forrester, back there. But yes, you will see the new backdrop for the next reel when that drops later today. But part of that whole room, our friends at One Man in the Toolbox. Look, if you need jobs done around the house, home, or business, One Man in the Toolbox performs handyman services for homes and commercial properties. Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, surrounding areas. They do regular repairs and maintenance, also small project renovations and updates. They've got multiple technicians with different skill sets. They can tackle most any item in your home. Call for the free estimate, 205-823-2111. That is 205-823-2111. When you talk to Jessica or Jay, make sure you mention the next round. You're going to get a discount for the first hour of service. For more information, go online. Go to onemanandatoolbox.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation states that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
The PGA Tour champions are coming back to Greystone. The region's tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, is bringing championship golf April 29th through May 3rd. Watch the game's biggest names battle it out for one of the most prestigious titles on the tour. Experience the atmosphere, the excitement, and a full week of entertainment. This is the week golf fans love. The region's tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, April 29th through May 3rd. Get your tickets now.
When you think of Birmingham, it's hardworking people that go out each and every day to provide for their families, and that's how we want our team and our play on the field. Join us April 18th as we take on the Orlando Storm. United we ride.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Super Speedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Brad Crawford, CBS Sports, worst case scenario for some of the contenders in college football. Found this interesting because some of them, worst case scenarios, not that bad, by the way. See Notre Dame. We'll talk about that in just a second. This hour of the show being brought to you by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. That's Greg from Pell City. He's family, guys. I'll go ahead and tell you. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing. He and his wife, Andrea, they got a big family, 10 kids strong, and they love to take care of Central Alabama families. They've been doing it locally owned at Storm Restoration Roofing for over 2 decades. They're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. And what do I mean by taking care of families? Well, Greg knows what it's like to be in a Central Alabama family and how everything can cost so much. So he gives you a free, no-cost, no-obligation roof inspection so you know what's going on your roof. He'll get up there and check everything out for you. Sometimes you think maybe your roof's aging out, or maybe you got some storm damage up there, but you don't know. Greg can get up there and let you know, and then sort of diagram and draw out a plan for you to get things back the way they need to be. He's got a builder's license, so he can do a lot of those repairs himself, including storm damage repairs, roof replacements when it ages out, and so much more. Greg from Pell City, great with insurance providers too, and can actually help you navigate your filing of insurance claims. It's all right there, stormrestorationroofing.com, 205-542-3531, or Storm Restoration Roofing, Greg from Pell City on Facebook. All right, worst case scenario for Alabama. They're a contender. I will not have an Auburn one here. I'll go ahead and tell you for that. But for Alabama, worst case scenario, just how bad could it be in Tuscaloosa? Brad Crawford has a number here. How bad could it be?
Let me just say this. Somebody brought up to me the segment we did yesterday about the implosions.
Coaches, yeah.
Coaches. And somebody brought up to me after the show about Kalen DeBoer. And I'm like, the spirit of that conversation was an outright implosion. Like, what would you consider an implosion for Alabama? And he's like, 6-6, 7-5. And I'm like, find me a path to 6-6, 7-8. It just seems impossible right now at Alabama.
Yeah, I do think the implosion's 8-4, and it would be. I think at that point you've got a lot of people talking about Kalen DeBoer not making it, not surviving.
100%, yeah. I mean, Alabama fans feel like they're so far from an 8-4 right now, and understandably so.
And the four losses would come like in a stretch. I mean, because I really, outside of that stretch, Georgia, in Knoxville, A&M, and in Baton Rouge, I don't see losable games on this schedule. I really don't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you go 2-2 in that, which they should. They're 10-2, and they're back in the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario from Brad Crawford, Brown, I'll let you finish your
go
thought,
ahead.
is 7-5, 4-5 in the SEC. He writes, the Crimson Tide's not going to lose to Florida State at home. Will not happen. But there's a chance in the SEC, with the way the SEC is, that to that stretch you're talking about, Georgia at Tennessee, Texas A&M at LSU, and then you drop another one to South Carolina or an upstart Auburn or somebody like
or
that
at
along
Vandy
the way.
Or at State. That would be your only options there for the fifth loss.
By the way, Brandon
Or at
Marcello in
Kentucky.
his bold predictions at CBS Sports, one of his bold predictions is Mississippi State upsetting Alabama.
So those five
for Jeff Levy.
Those 5 games away, the 5 in-conference games away from the 4 really difficult stretch there, I think Alabama's double digits in every one of those games. I think they're double digits in Lexington.
Those have been the games Kalen DeBoer has lost, though.
Yeah, in Starkville.
That's a good point.
In Nashville and against Auburn in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, it's hard for me to find 5 losses there. I would say your absolute worst case feels to me like 9-3.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it's 9-3, but 9-3 is borderline disastrous if you don't make the college football playoff, and then you've got a 9-3, a 10-2, and a 9-3.
Even if you're 9-3 and make the playoffs somehow, I don't know how you would at 9-3, but if you did, again, now you're having to go play another road playoff game in the first round, and that's eventually going to get old. I mean, just making the playoffs and going and playing these first-round road games, Alabama fans are going to be like, could we at least get a bye? Or at least a home game out of this? Do we keep having to go on the road and play in the playoffs?
I think y'all's expectations are way out of whack. Just making the playoffs is a good place to start every year, and then you see what happens. But
do you understand what I'm
y'all
saying?
Y'all calling 9-3 disaster.
It is.
No, it would be.
It would be. You don't think
it's a different world, boys.
It is.
Yeah.
Listen, whoa. You don't think if Alabama has to continue to go play these playoff road games in the first round that eventually fans are going to be like, I've had enough of this.
Oh, I'm sure fans will. You guys are not fans. I
try to be the voice of the fan.
Yeah, I just in this day and age, as long as we're at 12 teams, making the playoffs out of the SEC is a good season.
But there are 5, 6, 7 teams where the expectation is just different. Again, talking to Georgia fans last Friday, man, we've won back-to-back SEC championships, but we've got nothing to show for it.
Even Kirby was saying that himself.
We have nothing to show from an SEC championship.
Yep.
It gives best case scenarios too, but I mean, we know what everybody's best case scenario is. It's 12-0.
Yeah, win a championship.
Yeah. Ohio State's worst case scenario.
I knew you were going to bring them up, so I was already thinking about this. Ohio State's worst case scenario is they have to play a road game in the playoffs.
He's got them 9-3, 7-2.
Okay. I'll find 3 losses for you.
Yeah, 3's going to be tough.
I mean, at Texas is a losable game.
Yep.
Obviously. I mean, that was a tight game in Columbus last year.
I think it probably flips. I mean, Ohio State is going to be an underdog there.
Yeah. At Indiana, certainly a losable game.
Probably. I don't know if they'll be an underdog, but it'll be close.
Now I got to find. I'm just going to go your Big Ten road games here. At Iowa, they've lost there before.
Yep. Well, you just tell me, like rosters, do they play USC? Do they play
at
Oregon?
USC and host Oregon?
Okay, they play
back-to-back weeks, by the way. Yeah, USC and host Oregon.
I actually, I can find. To me, it's easier to find. This sounds crazy. 4 losses for Ohio State than it is Alabama.
Wow, that does sound crazy.
I think it's a more difficult schedule. I think Ohio State has about the most difficult schedule I've ever seen Ohio State have.
If they lost to the 4 best teams they played, at Texas, at Indiana, at USC, and host Oregon.
Yep.
That's the 4 best teams they play, you think?
And then
we don't know what Michigan's going to be under.
I think Michigan's going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they probably split those. They're 10-2, man. If they go 11-1 with that schedule, wow.
But your point there, Jim, is I just listed their 4 toughest games, 3 of which are on the road. And I don't know how difficult those places are to play. Do you consider Austin a difficult place to play?
Now, yeah.
Do you consider Indiana a difficult place to play now? I mean, only because Indiana's good. It's not because of the roster. It's not because of the crowd.
But that will be the biggest game on campus in Indiana football history.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, so it will be absolutely
It'll be
electric.
as crazy as that stadium can be.
And back to Texas, I didn't go to the Alabama game in Austin a few years ago. I don't know if you guys did.
Did not.
But I heard it was absolutely miserable because of the temperature.
That's when they'll play it.
Yeah, and that'll be an 11 o'clock kick, and it will be early September, and that's going to be brutal.
Not necessarily.
It's a Texas game.
Yeah, it's a home game for Texas.
Yeah, so
it's
it could be prime.
SEC.
In fact, I would bet
it will be prime. Yeah,
I bet it's prime.
I thought it was Fox.
No, it's in Darrell K, so I bet it's prime.
Yeah. You bring up Michigan. I brought this up the other day. I think it was yesterday. And I believe this will happen. Their worst case scenario, they have 7-5, 5-4.
And lose their coach.
I can make a case for 6-6 and 4-5.
But your worst case would be they're having to hire a new coach again too, right?
Yeah, because I still say he's a stopgap in Kyle Whittingham.
But he's so much better than Sherrone Moore. So much better.
That's
year
true.
one, year 2 under Underwood at quarterback. Now the only thing is the schedule. I mean that November when you've got to go to Autzen and then you got to go to the Horseshoe to end it. That's almost impossible to go 2-0 there.
Have y'all seen real quick, because Scott's got the schedule up real quick.
Yeah. By the way, that's Oklahoma. That's Iowa on there. Penn State's on there.
Indiana.
Minnesota's a road game.
At Oregon, at Ohio State. It's a difficult schedule.
Indiana at home.
They will only be underdogs in 3 games.
Oh, really?
That's it.
So Indiana at home, they're a dog?
Probably, yeah, slight dog.
Ohio State on the road, they're a dog. And
at Oregon.
At Oregon?
Yeah, they'll be favored in every other game, for sure.
But that's a pretty tough schedule.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Have y'all seen the video? I think it was in the spring game of the Bryce Underwood behind-the-back touchdown pass.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have counted. I think there was something had happened on that play.
You think he's over the line of scrimmage?
Maybe so. Yeah, there was something. that happened on that play. Oh, is this the video?
Yeah.
Have you seen this yet, Lance?
No.
Watch this. Right on the money too.
I mean, he really didn't throw forward passes that good this past
No,
year.
he did not.
I think he's across the line of scrimmage because if you watch the DBs come up.
He's going to be so much more comfortable this year.
That's pretty comfortable right there when you can throw a behind-the-back touchdown pass.
Yeah, I would say disaster for them is 7-5. I mean, I could see 8-4, 9-3.
Yeah, 7-5 is their disaster scenario. But back to Ohio State, disaster scenario for them, not very bad. According to Brad Crawford, CBS, 9-3, 7-2. Disaster for Texas.
Probably 9-3. Missing the playoff with that roster, it's got to be 9-3.
Again, missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
8-4, 6-3 is the worst case scenario. Maybe the coach under the most pressure this year, considering he's got Arch Manning back, the money they spent, Cam Coleman.
Well, I'll tell you this. Look, I mean, they open with Texas State. That's a win. But they've got Ohio State, very losable game. And then week 4, you're at Tennessee. That is a losable game. I mean, I don't know what Tennessee is going to be, but having to go to Neyland Stadium, that will be a juiced-up atmosphere. I mean, there's a 2-2 start there for Texas if everything does go bad, and now you're out of any sort of margin for error.
Yeah, they do play road games in Knoxville, Baton Rouge, and College Station.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we talked about DeBoer missing a playoff this year. People would be screaming for his job. I think if Sark missed a playoff this year, I think Texas fans are screaming for his job.
With Arch?
Yeah.
Brad makes the point that if they're 8-4 and they're back in the Citrus Bowl, as you see their schedule on the screen, and then the 2027 NFL draft rolls around, and the first overall pick is your quarterback Arch Manning, and the second overall pick is Colin Simmons off your defense, that you had the number 1 and number 2 picks in the NFL draft, and you're 8-4.
Oh, and by the way, if Arch Manning is your first overall pick, don't be surprised if Cam Coleman's in the first round too. I mean, and maybe even the top 10.
Man, I think there are 5 games where they're going to be less than a 7-point favorite. So, I mean, that schedule.
Well, you're painting a picture Alabama's going to win this whole thing. There's no way Alabama 9-3 is worst scenario, and you've already said tougher for Ohio State.
Well, I mean, Texas will be a 2-3-point favorite over Ohio State at home. At Tennessee, I don't see them. No, I don't see them being more than a 7-point favorite. Oklahoma neutral site, I don't see more than 7 right now. At LSU, I don't see more than 7, and at A&M, I don't see more than 7. Those are difficult games, really difficult games. And didn't even mention at Missouri, a tricky game there, and Ole Miss. We'll see what Ole Miss has got.
I mentioned Georgia as a 7-5 team once. Worst case scenario, according to Brad, is 8-4.
Again, I mean, I feel like we're geared to talk about Georgia never being 8-4 anymore under Kirby Smart.
Right. It's got to beat Arkansas, Oklahoma, Vandy, which shouldn't be a problem, right? Oklahoma's a tricky one.
It's a home game, though. I mean, they do get that at Samford Stadium.
There's only 2 losable games on the schedule.
At Alabama and at Ole Miss?
Yeah, and I don't know if Ole Miss is losable.
Yeah, I'll need to see more.
I mean, because the last time we saw those teams play, we obviously saw Ole Miss win that game. So I think this is going to be big for Kirby. I mean, Georgia's got the most doable schedule that we've seen for the contenders.
Yeah, with their schedule, it would take an Oklahoma loss and a Georgia Tech upset for them to get to 4 losses.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is a college football playoff schedule right here for Georgia.
Yeah, I agree with that. And they got a quarterback back, and he's hungry. Kirby's hungry again. Oregon, worst case scenario, 8-4, 6-3.
Again, this is another program where it is just so solid, and it's just the same thing every year. It's hard to see them 8-4.
They do play USC, Ohio State, Michigan, and Washington.
And USC and Ohio State are on the road. They at least get to host Michigan and Washington. I mean, I feel like that's worst case of 9-3.
Yeah, you'd have to lose all 4 of those games to be 8-4.
You would. Yeah, because beyond that, I just don't see a whole lot of teams that beat them on that schedule.
Notre Dame's he's got the worst case scenario 9-3. It's hard to find for me 3 losses on the Notre Dame schedule.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Notre Dame is the team that early on is my number 1 pick going into the playoffs.
Well, look, the new reality is if Marcus Freeman was to miss a college football playoff this year after playing for a national championship 2 years ago, it would be a massive disappointment. But it is really difficult outside of at BYU and Miami. Those are really the only 2 games they could lose.
They host Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll beat you to it. They are not an underdog all year, right? They won't be a dog at BYU.
No. Yeah, we talked about it. I think you had 6 or 7 teams that are supposed to be favored in every game. Said the only potential game would be at BYU, and it's not going to happen. Yeah, they're going to be favored in every game for sure.
Because even if Miami is terrific, they're not going to be favored at Notre Dame.
Because Notre Dame at that point would have 1 loss.
Probably.
A couple of more of interest on this list from Brad Crawford. You can see all the write-ups and the best-case scenarios as well at cbssports.com. The show being brought to you by our friends at Crane U. Best case scenario for you, you contact our friends at Crane U and maybe turn yourself into another great crane operator with a bright future. You know who can't run a crane? Freaking AI.
Make your job easier, job site safer by calling our friends at Crane U, 855-CRANE-U. When you make that phone call, whether you talk to Francis or Nicole, make sure you mention the next round, 10% off all the great services. Get the crane training you need today. If you're looking for a new career, you need to further advance your current training, you can do it with our friends at Crane U. Crane U offers the comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, not a big deal. Team at Crane U will come to you. On-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Classes available monthly, so call 855-CRANE-U or online, craneu.com.
And if you're looking for a bank that is playing on your team, you're going to need to find a community bank. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. And they don't come any better as a community bank than Central State Bank, and they have been serving Central Alabama for a very, very long time, and they can serve you as well. All over Central Alabama, you'll find their branches, and Central State Bank is the way to go. They've been doing this for more than 100 years, and in that 100 years, they built trust by staying true to what matters the most: personal service, local decisions, lasting relationships. What they're built on. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Rooted in community, driven by relationships. It is Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Texas A&M worst case scenario 7-5. They're LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma road games this year for them.
Well, that's challenging. Yep. I mean, that's 3 games you're favored to lose, and you do that and you're out of the playoffs.
Texas Tech and Indiana, both of their worst case scenarios are 9-3.
Which one you want, Indiana or Texas Tech?
I got Texas Tech.
I'll get Indiana.
That's their worst case scenarios, according to Brad. We're in a world where Texas Tech and Indiana's worst case scenarios are 9-3.
Man, Texas Tech ain't losing a game.
It's a weird world we're in. You're right.
I mean, again, there might be a team that pops up that's going to be better than expected in the Big 12. Like, I think Houston's going to be good, but they've got that game in Lubbock. Arizona State is in Lubbock. They got to go to Cincinnati, which, by the way, they've got Cincinnati's quarterback now. They've got to go to Baylor. They got TCU. I really don't see them losing a game. I'd play their over right now. I bet their Vegas total is 10.5, and I would hammer the over.
There are few losable games for Indiana. They do play Ohio State at home, Michigan on the road back-to-back weeks. You could easily see a split there. You could see an 0-2 there, actually.
I'll bring us some Vegas totals tomorrow. Yeah. We'll talk about it in Talladega tomorrow.
So Ohio State at Michigan back-to-back weeks in mid-October. That's a tough stretch. And then you close hosting USC and at Washington. That's your 4 most difficult games for Indiana.
But you guys know this. At one point last year, the longest win streak in college football was 5 games. You cannot continue to win game after game in power conferences, especially in the Big Ten. And as good as Cignetti's done and as good as this Indiana roster might be, they're not winning every game this year. That is nearly impossible.
They're not, and they obviously don't have to make the playoffs. But his
I could find 3 losses.
Yeah, you can find 3 losses there. His out of conference has no heartbeat, and that's the way Cignetti has already said he's going to operate. But your 3 losses come from these 4 games, and it's 4 of the last 5, by the way. This is actually a fairly challenging finish for them. Ohio State at Michigan, Minnesota, bye week, USC at Washington. That's they got Purdue after that. So there's a 5-game stretch right there where you'll find all their losses, however many there are.
The Norvell Cup candidate that Brown put forth yesterday was Brent Venables. The lowest worst case scenario I've given you so far, 6-6.
Yeah, I could see that. That's why I had him there. Because I think he obviously took a big step forward with the playoffs last year, so that's going to help. But there were already some doubts about Brent Venables, and I think a 6-6 would have him on some shaky turf right there in Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh, I would agree with you.
Even 1 year after a playoff.
Yeah, I mean they're used to consistency.
Yep.
You look at the level that not only Bob Stoops, but what Lincoln Riley did there. Lincoln Riley was winning 11 games a year.
I mean, and there are absolutely 6 losses on this schedule: at Michigan, at Georgia, neutral site Texas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. That's 5 extremely losable games. And then you throw in Kentucky, at State, South Carolina, at Florida, at Missouri. You could easily find another loss in there. There's 5 or 6 losses on that schedule. I don't know if they're going to go 6-6, but I also don't think they're going to make the college football playoffs.
What did I say Notre Dame's worst was?
10-2, I think.
9-3 is what it was here with Brad Crawford. Which team do you think has the highest? I just ran through his whole top 25, the highest worst case scenario.
You mean like
I haven't mentioned it yet.
The most wins of a worst case scenario?
That's right. The best record in his worst case scenario, and it's
You haven't
93
mentioned
was
the team?
Notre Dame, and I haven't mentioned it yet.
The only perceived contender.
LSU?
No, the only perceived contender you haven't mentioned is Miami. Is it Miami?
He has his worst case scenario, Miami, 10-2.
Did you mention LSU?
Not yet.
Okay.
But 10-2 Miami.
So all of a sudden we have all this faith in Mario Cristobal
No, we don't.
because of one playoff run.
Yeah.
Well, we don't, but Brad Crawford does, Lance.
Well, I mean, look, they found 2 losses in the regular season last year.
I barely made the playoffs. I mean, again, the governor had to call on the red phone right before they flipped the switch. Lance, they may only play one ranked team this year.
And that's Notre Dame on the road.
That's Notre Dame on the road.
Well, they still got Clemson on the road. Yeah, I mean,
But
look,
Clemson may not be ranked. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it seems like 10-2 is worst case scenario. That is
Yeah.
a joke schedule.
That is a terrible
It
schedule.
really is.
No, look at it. I mean,
It is.
At Stanford to open the season, a Friday night to open the season at Stanford, easy win. At FAMU, at Wake, Central Michigan. My gosh.
I don't want to be that guy that pushes television ratings.
Yeah.
Stanford's a tricky game on the road.
Come on. Is it?
It is.
At Clemson, before you're by, Florida State you get to host, Pitt you host, you're at Carolina. At Notre Dame is their biggest game, no doubt about it. And then you finish host Duke, host Virginia Tech, host BC. That is an awful schedule.
Awful.
Like, if I'm a Miami fan, I am so excited after what we just did, and I look at this schedule, I'm like, ugh. Do I even want to buy season tickets?
Just one more. South Carolina somehow is in their top 25. Worst case scenario, 4-8, 2-7 in the SEC. That would make a coaching change at South Carolina.
That is the worst case.
Yeah, which got us into this conversation. So, hey, we'll do our 4 downs when we come back in our next segment. One more thing to get to in this segment, after I remind you that our friends at Walk-Ons is a great place to enjoy all the NBA playoff action, but a really great place to go and enjoy the draft. You go there Thursday and Friday night and watch the first 2 rounds on your favorite NFL team. You watch so many NFL games at Walk-Ons. Go watch the draft next Thursday and Friday. Wonderful locations here locally. Stadium Trace out there in Hoover, that location. The one in Trussville and the one close to our studio just off 280 at Tattersall Park. Walk-Ons with the great wings, bone-in or boneless. You got the great varsity burgers, the unbelievable Cajun cuisine, and so much more. It's all right there with our friends at Walk-Ons. Order on the app, easy pickup. It's all right there. Game on at Walk-Ons. Steve Shaw announcing his retirement. Longtime friend of the show, Steve Shaw, is going to hang him up. No longer the National Coordinator of Officials or NCAA Rules Editor as of September the 1st. Became the National Director of Officials in 2020. Before that, he was the head of SEC officials in 2011. Before that, he was an on-the-field head official for so many big games, including 2 national championship games, the last one being the 2005, from the 2004 season, the 05 Orange Bowl, USC and Oklahoma. And Steve Shaw, as we know, was an innovator. You see everyone in the NFL and everywhere in college athletics now with the headset where they're talking to other officials about penalties called and all that. Steve Shaw came up with that.
Yeah.
He took that from European soccer and said, hey, this would help us in college football. They tried it 1 year in the SEC before even the NFL did it. Tried it 1 year in the SEC. And then the next year, it was everywhere, including in the NFL. It worked, and Steve Shaw was an innovator, not just with that, but with so many things. Just really a tremendous, tremendous guy and an unbelievable contributor to college football.
And Steve's a good dude, too. And I think he's the referees nobody's ever going to say a ref does a good job, but I think Steve's done as good a job in both those roles leading up the SEC and the nation as anybody can.
Yeah, he's never been one of those guys that we single out.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, back in our radio days, we would take calls. There were certain individuals that were singled out all the time. He was never a guy that was mentioned.
No, I think if Steve had their game, everybody who liked it, that Steve did that game. He's a good dude. Played some golf with Steve. His wife Jamel's a great golfer too, by the way. Just saw her out at Inverness the other day playing in a women's tournament out there. But just a good family. I'm glad he's getting to retire and now just spend some time, I guess, maybe being a fan. He's never been able to be a fan, has he? He's had to watch it from a referee's perspective. Now maybe you just watch it from a fan's perspective.
So great career there with Steve Shaw. All right, when we come back, LT's got our 4 downs today and a couple other things that are bouncing around on our radar before we talk to A.J. McCarron, who joins the show at 11 Central Time. The show being brought to you by our friends at the Regents Tradition. We'll be back out at Greystone here pretty soon.
Yeah, before you know it, regentstradition.com. That's where you get the tickets to go see the Regents Tradition. Tickets are on sale right now. Starting with that Wednesday Pro-Am, which is always great, the Drummond Company Pro-Am, leading into 4 days of major championship golf on the Champions Tour. regentstradition.com for your tickets. It is Birmingham's biggest party. You want to be part of it. See all those great celebrities and all those great golfers from history. I mean, there are so many big names out there. You can get your tickets
Name 2
now.
of them.
Ernie Els, VJ Singh.
There you go. Good.
Okay, you want me to keep going? Tickets on sale right now, regentstradition.com, regentstradition.com, Dunaway.
And our friends at Way to Wellness. These guys are in great shape. You should be too. Way to Wellness can help jumpstart your weight loss right now. Call Leslie or check out Leslie and her board-certified team by going online to their website, aplanforme.com. First consultation is free, and there's no contracts and no sign-up fees. So that's a great place to start, no out-of-pocket money. And once you find out everything they offer, they can help you out so much. Everything from injection therapy to meal replacements. Jumpstart your weight loss right now. It's our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
This spring, make it a week the whole family will remember. The Regions Tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, returns to Greystone for championship golf and family fun. Watch legendary players compete, enjoy activities for all ages, and experience the excitement on and off the course. Don't forget to stop by Hole 10 following play on Saturday for a live concert featuring Blues Traveler. This is a week you don't want to miss. April 29th through May 3rd. Get your tickets now.
When you think of Birmingham, it's hardworking people that go out each and every day to provide for their families, and that's how we want our team and our play on the field. Join us April 18th as we take on the Orlando Storm. United we ride.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Super Speedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
No jail time for Sherrone Moore yesterday. He gets a sentencing 18-month probation, no jail time. What's his path back to coaching? Is there?
I think there probably is based on, I don't know if you guys, the initial allegations, I don't want to say were sensationalized, but they were a little different than the stories that you got over the last couple of months. So I think with that said, I think it's just going to take a little time, and he's probably going to have to be like an offensive analyst, and he's going to have to work his way back up. But, I mean, we've seen guys in worse situations. Bobby Petrino was the head coach at Arkansas last year.
That's a point. That's a good point.
And it had something to do with the staffer as well. So I'm just saying, I think there is a path. We're a very forgiving, we're a very judgmental society, but we're also very forgiving.
And we like a comeback story, and hopefully, he can figure out a way to be that. Did you guys happen to see the released police video from him in the back of the police car when it all hits him that basically he's throwing everything? He was the head football coach at Michigan and has thrown it all away. It is very, very difficult to watch.
Oh,
yeah, I have not seen that video.
Just breaks down in tears. He's just crying and saying, basically, I've just thrown my whole life away.
Well, you start thinking about, the trickle down, what you've done. Like, you've worked your ass off to get to that point, but not only have you let down, your team, your fan base, your alumni, but your family.
That's
and you
right.
start to think about, okay, this is embarrassing in itself. I have destroyed this. But now what does this do to my wife, who's got a country club membership?
Yeah, literally thrown it all away.
And she can't walk anywhere without people gossiping
judging
and the
her.
kids.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right, so that's Sherrone Moore. We'll see what he does next there. WrestleMania this weekend, WrestleMania 42. There will be a Hulk Hogan tribute there in Las Vegas, according to his son. We lost Hulk Hogan, of course, back in July. He was in the first WrestleMania in 1985 in a tag team match where his partner was
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Andre the Giant.
Mr. T. Against Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper and
somebody else.
I'm going to say the angle there was Rocky III, where Clubber Lang was played by Mr. T. And
was that
Hulk
around
Hogan
1985?
was Thunderlips. Yeah, I think it was 85. No, 83 maybe. 83, 84, 85. It was mid-80s.
So the aftermath of that.
82.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So they had a relationship from that movie there. It was WrestleMania 3 when he fought Andre the Giant
at the Silverdome.
Yeah, that big. That was when WrestleMania really exploded, and they're in Las Vegas. happening this weekend, and there'll be a tribute to Hulk Hogan, who was 71 when he passed away. Before we do our 4 downs, I want to remind you our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama can help you with everything when it comes to health and your urological tract. And that includes vasectomies or testosterone treatment, but also kidney stones and prostate health. It is just a wonderful organization that's been helping Central Alabamians for over 70 years, 10 locations right here. UrologyCentersAlabama.com to get more details. But early detection and so many of these things can save your life, guys. So get a routine going with checkups annually with our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Schedule an appointment to get more details. 205-930-0920, UrologyCentersAlabama.com.
And 4 downs every day presented by Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction, a full-service asphalt contractor. They do a ton of major state, federal government, and municipal roadway projects. And when I tell you that, it may send you the message that they can't do your smaller project, like a parking pad, driveway, something like that. That could not be further from the truth. With Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction, they've got an entire division dedicated to those exact jobs. The smaller projects, same crews, same quality, same no excuse standards, no matter the size of the job. To get an estimate on your job, 205-349-0910. That's 205-349-0910 or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
Tom Wilson, who we've actually had on the show, played Biff in Back to the Future, is 67 years old. Macy Williams, who played Arya in Game of Thrones, is 29. More iconic character. Arya Stark or Biff?
I think I'd go Biff. More people have seen Back to the Future than have seen Game of Thrones.
And not to mention the Game of Thrones ending is so bad, it actually ruins the rest of the show.
I don't think it
could have
ruins
gone
the
down
rest of the
as
show.
the greatest TV show in history.
Oh, it could have, yeah.
But the last 2 seasons just dropped off so far to where it actually hurts its place in history.
Yeah. I still think Arya, obviously, a major instrumental character throughout the entire series. I would agree with you guys, though.
Little girl with a sword?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure I had the
Needle.
right one. Yeah.
Needle was the sword.
Needle, yeah.
But Biff, I mean, to me, the movie that defines the 80s the most is probably Back to the Future.
Agree.
So I think I would go Biff.
The thing that stuck out to me from Tom Wilson Baited Studios, how much he disliked Crispin Glover and how much apparently everybody on the set disliked Crispin Glover.
He's just, a complete weirdo.
I guess so, most.
Second down.
Chris Stapleton, 48 years old today. Ultimately better career, Chris Stapleton or Dak Prescott?
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, I think I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, Dak will need to win a Super Bowl to make this a discussion.
I would tend to agree with you.
I mean, Dak is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, so it would not surprise me if more people know who Dak Prescott is.
Yeah, I would say Dak is a borderline top 10 quarterback right now. Where is Stapleton in the country music industry? We know Morgan Wallen's above him.
Yeah.
Luke Combs is above him, right?
I think Stapleton, though, crosses more lines than Morgan Wallen crosses. Like one of the more iconic Grammy moments in history. Like it'll make a top 10 Grammy moment all time when Stapleton and Justin Timberlake, it was Timberlake who was going to sing a song. He had a spot and he ended up doing a duet with Stapleton. And that's one of those top 10 live performance iconic moments. And I think that really jump-started Stapleton being cross-genre. He does some duets with people that are pop stars too. In country music, I probably put him a top 5 guy right now.
He's, I think, more respected than those guys, but not a bigger star than those guys. Would you agree with that? 11 Grammys. That's pretty good, right
pretty
there.
Good.
11 Grammys. So
Incredible songwriter.
Oh yeah.
He had a whole songwriting career that preceded his solo career, and he has, what Jim was talking about, kind of transitioning, transcending genres. He has, if you never listened to the Johnson Brothers album, it's a complete rock album. It was a one-off with a band that he did like in 2011.
Yeah, my daughter sent me Johnson Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know. And my immediate response to her was, boy, that guy sounds like Chris Stapleton. She said, that is Chris Stapleton.
And then before that, he was with a bluegrass band.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah,
I love Stapleton.
Yeah, but see, duets with Pink, Justin Timberlake, Morgan Wallen, Willie Nelson, Jesse Alexander, Aloe Black. I mean, he
opened for Guns N' Roses one time at Nissan Stadium.
So he crosses some lines.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm going to say Stapleton right now, though more people probably know who Dak Prescott is.
Third down.
Seth Rogen, 44 years old today. If I asked you your favorite Seth Rogen movie.
Ooh, it's going to be tough.
I like Studio, the series. I think he did a really good job with that. That's Seth Rogen, correct?
It is. Canadian Brown.
I get him and Jason Segel confused a little bit.
Lance, I am looking for a movie of his I've watched.
I mean, you've probably, I don't know.
You're talking to me.
I mean,
you've seen
40-year-old version, Knocked Up,
no.
Superbad.
No.
You've never seen Superbad?
No.
Superbad's the answer.
Okay.
You've seen 40-year-old virgin.
No.
Yeah, I agree with Scott. Scott says Superbad is the answer.
It is.
It is one of the best.
I've not seen
comedies.
Pineapple Express is good.
Oh, I've seen Pineapple Express. I didn't like it as much as some did.
I'm surprised you watched Pineapple Express and not Superbad.
I'm hard to predict on these movies.
I can't not. I don't know why, but anytime This Is the End is on, I cannot not watch it, no matter where it is.
See, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Like, I don't think I've seen it twice.
I just watch it because it is so crazy.
Yeah.
At the time it came out, The Interview, which also had James Franco with Seth Rogen, that was probably the most popular that I went through anyway, because Superbad was a little bit before my time.
Yeah,
that kind of movie.
It is super bad. Neighbors was kind of underrated though with Rose Byrne.
I like that movie.
Really good.
Who else was in that?
Zac
Efron. Yeah.
I have seen
Dave Franco.
I have seen Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
Seth Rogen. I have seen that.
They
Praying Mantis.
Well, have you seen 22 Jump Street?
I know.
He and Rose teamed up and they do Platonic is on one streaming service. I've never watched it. I watched one episode, but it sort of has that feeling like Neighbors to it. They're best friends, platonic friends, and it seems to be a funny, popular show. It's on my to-watch list if I ever get bored.
His laugh drives me crazy, but
Studio is fantastic.
yeah, he's got some really good material out there.
Fourth down.
Oh, Leonardo da Vinci would have been 574 years old.
Leonardo da Vinci is the answer.
Serious question.
Yeah. Who's gonna go?
Leonardo da Vinci or Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, serious question.
It's Da Vinci.
Well, I mean, Da Vinci's got two big works, right?
And he would be how old today?
574.
There's zero chance at 574 years.
People will be talking about Titanic.
There's zero chance.
Oh, yeah.
No, they won't. A movie in 500 years?
The Mona Lisa is one
Yeah.
of the most overrated pictures ever.
I don't disagree, but people line up to see it still.
So, he made substantial discoveries in anatomy, civil engineering, hydrodynamics, geology, optics, tribology.
Tribology. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
It's where it's the tracing of your roots.
Oh, he can tell you something about
Yeah,
that.
so it's a he's like his drawings of the helicopter from the 1700s, before there was a helicopter, is pretty freaking amazing.
Have you seen Leonardo DiCaprio's roster?
I have. People will not know his name in 500 years. And 500 years later, we're still talking about Da Vinci.
I mean, a guy
How about the parachute? Da Vinci invented the parachute.
That's right. How would you
didn't
get out
have
of
a plane to jump out of?
That's what made it so remarkable. He had
a time machine, apparently.
Self-supporting bridge, which is actually really cool.
That
You're
is
able
cool
to,
when you
like,
see the
stack up wood
yeah.
in a certain way to where you don't need external support.
Why couldn't he paint a better-looking woman?
Well, I mean, I think
I
he was
busy
pretty rough back
looking
in the
into the
1500s.
future.
That's right. He was
Could
creating.
you paint a
things that
better
would be
looking woman, Lance?
That's a good point.
I've seen some of Lance's drawings on Upset Alert.
Yeah, I don't know, Brooks. I mean, she can't be much more banged up than the Mona Lisa.
And it's small, too. Smaller than you would think.
It is, yeah. It's like, what, 2.5 feet?
Are you going to go see it when you're over there?
I will not be in Paris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, what's really crazy is, like I'm looking right here, he drew a picture of a fetus in the womb from 1510, before we had X-rays and everything. It scares me now how accurate it is and how he was able to envision this.
Well, because he probably dug one out of somebody.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Or he had a time machine. If we consider that he had a time machine. You brought it up a moment ago.
Yeah.
There's lots of conspiracies around it.
1510. I mean, that's 1510 before they were X-rays. That's pretty spot on, isn't
the
it?
original Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
So there's conspiracy theories that Da Vinci was a time traveler?
Yeah, some people think that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no evidence pointing towards that.
Well, that would totally blow his cover.
1488, the helicopter, 1488.
Yeah.
Does that not freak you out a little bit?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I think Rod is right.
We're going to find out he wrote Shawshank Redemption. It wasn't Stephen King.
Was Da Vinci a forerunner of Elon Musk, basically? I mean, he was kind of that generation's Musk, wasn't he?
1489, is that not the...
He invented more things.
Is that not the splashdown Artemis just landed back in?
I mean, those do not look like things you'd be doing in the 15th century.
Is that not crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I only say Rod. I think Rod is saying this is Musk is viewed as the eccentric inventor.
Yes.
Which is what Da Vinci was.
Yeah, he started a different method of sleeping where you would sleep for...
I've heard about this.
It's like 15 minutes every hour or something like that. And supposedly, like, if you try this, you go crazy for about 2 weeks. But then after that, you're super productive.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get up to piss like 3 times a night, so
That's
it's close.
pretty much the same, yeah.
A giant crossbow, you've seen those in movies? That was him. This is his, we now call it a tank, but he did that in the 1500s. They put armor around a fighting vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know how much of this I believe, but...
He's a time traveler.
Jody brings up a good point.
What?
And you just discovered this yourself.
No, I knew all the inventions. I was just running through this for you.
Yeah, Jody does have a good point. You're right, Tyler.
What was that?
There is no DiCaprio code.
Not yet.
That's true. That's
well,
a good
there
point.
is. I mean, when the girl turns 30, he's done. I mean,
that's his code.
That's pretty much.
That is 4 Downs today, brought to you by our wonderful friends at Inverness Country Club.
Yes.
Yes. Did you play yesterday?
Yes.
You play full 18 yesterday?
Yes, I did. Caught it just right.
The Inverness Country Club, a great place, not only for the golf. They've got memberships that fit everyone. They've got the racket club. They've got the social membership. Child care is such a big plus when it comes to the Inverness Country Club. You and your wife can go have dinner with friends knowing your kid is safe on site. Massive plus. Best days happen at Inverness. Maybe you relocated or retired. Great place to network is the Inverness Country Club. For more information and to take a tour, ICCalabama.com.
And our friends at Culver's Brownie. Tell us about those great folks.
Welcome to Delicious with Culver's. Great place to go to forget any loss or let's celebrate every win with Culver's. That delicious butter burger, great way to celebrate a win. Those crispy crinkle cut fries, gooey golden cheese curds, and that great creamy frozen custard to end any meal. That's what you get at Culver's when in Birmingham at the Stadium Trace location, Highway 150 and 459, near the Hoover Met, or down in the Greystone area, Tattersall Park. You can go there as well on the Highway 280 corridor. The 2 great Birmingham locations of Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
8 days from the NFL draft, we're doing it again, waiting on Aaron Rodgers. We're 8 days away from the draft, and the Steelers still don't know if he's playing or not.
This is vintage Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
this is what you expect out of him.
If you're Mike McCarthy, if you're the Steelers organization, you've got to figure out quarterback. Like, even if he is your stopgap for another year, you've got to figure out the future.
I mean, if he says tomorrow I'm not playing, are they drafting Ty Simpson, you think? Or Garrett Nussmeier, whoever the number 2 quarterback is? I mean, do you think they would draft that quickly? Or I mean, they got to be evaluating those guys like they have to draft them, right? Because you don't know what Rodgers is going to do.
It seems like it's a horrible situation for Ty to go to, especially if Rodgers shut it down and did not come back.
Why so?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Pittsburgh's normally a good situation.
The organization's really, really good. Now, you're talking about maybe the fact that they throw him into the fire so early.
And not a great team around him. Like the best case scenario, and I'm starting to sense that you don't want this to happen, would be him to go to the Rams.
Oh, yeah, that would be the best.
Because he's behind Matthew Stafford
well, the only reason I don't,
year.
Like, if he's ultimately, and I don't know how good he's going to be at this level. Nobody really does, and he doesn't have a huge sample size out there to check out. But the Rams are in that mode right now. They're your favorite to win the Super Bowl, so you want pieces that are going to help immediately. So, I mean, to that, I would rather wait.
I would just say, if you're going to go with organization, Steelers is a great organization to be with. I mean, I'd rather be a Steeler than the vast majority of the organizations in the NFL.
It would be a Saturday draft pick, but Thomas Castellanos, who pulled the upset over Alabama, is being talked about. They're working him out when they work him out at wide receiver.
I was about to say, how big is the guy? He can't play quarterback. He was small, but wide receiver is interesting. He had plenty of speed.
Working him out at wide receiver. And the Giants, all of a sudden, may be shopping Dexter Lawrence 8 days before the draft because they can't get a contract worked out.
Yeah, he's been pissed the last couple of years. He's not paid like a top 5 guy, which he believes he is. He's more in the 10 to 15 range. And, he is not happy, and I think he would like to move.
What would a team, not the Rams, what would a team that could use a Dexter Lawrence, what should they give up 8 days before the draft to get him if they could? I guess what I'm asking, what's the asking price?
I never know on these things. I mean, easily a first-round pick. I mean, you got to give that up.
Late first, probably.
Late?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably late first.
So if you were the Giants, got offered a 2, you wouldn't give it up?
I would not. Well, yeah, if I'm the Giants, I probably would give it up for a 2.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's the key. There's what would the Giants be willing to give him up for? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't give him up for a 3, even though you may lose him eventually anyway.
That's the whole thing. I mean, some of that is dependent on they know how likely or unlikely it is that they can reach an agreement with him. The Giants either know we're playing hardball trying to save money, or there is 0 chance we're closing this gap.
Right.
So that determines that.
If basketball is not your thing tonight, baseball, Mets and Dodgers. Mets have lost 7 straight. Dodgers trying to do the sweep. 9:10 on ESPN is Jackie Robinson Day around baseball. Mike Trout is healthy. He's got 5 home runs already this year as baseball gets to a sweet spot as their season's off and rolling. We'll talk to the head coach of the Birmingham Stallions when we come back. Their first home game after 3 regular season road games. So finally a chance to go giddy up with the Stallions, and we'll talk to A.J. McCarron, the legend from Alabama, now a head coach in his first year. All that coming up. The show being brought to you by our friends over at Talladega. NASCAR racing coming back on April the 24th through the 26th for the Jack Links 500 weekend. Buy your tickets right now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com, TalladegaSuperspeedway.com, or call 877-GO-TO-DEGA. It's the unpredictable speedway racing with the best drivers in the world on the NASCAR tracks. Get 2 races on Saturday and then the big Jack Links 500 on Sunday. Buy your tickets right now, TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
The PGA Tour champions are coming back to Greystone. The region's tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, is bringing championship golf April 29th through May 3rd. Watch the game's biggest names battle it out for one of the most prestigious titles on the tour. Experience the atmosphere, the excitement, and a full week of entertainment. This is the week golf fans love. The region's tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, April 29th through May 3rd. Get your tickets now.
When you think of Birmingham, it's hardworking people that go out each and every day to provide for their families, and that's how we want our team and our play on the field. Join us April 18th as we take on the Orlando Storm. United we ride.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does. Hell yeah, boys! NASCAR weekend at Talladega Super Speedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
This hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Get by and see Sterling and the crew down there, Megan, all the folks that have been at that location for over a decade. It's a destination lunch location. They ring that bell at 11 o'clock, open those doors up, and then it's just brined overnight, cooked to order fried chicken. They don't cook it. They don't drop it until you order it. I like the 2 big old breasts and the in-house made sides and the caramel cake for dessert. Great happy hour as well there. And I'm telling you, if you're driving to the beach this weekend, make a plan to stop off the Alabaster exit just off I-65. You turn right off the exit and then left at the light right there, less than a mile off of the interstate. It's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by and see Sterling today. Before AJ joins us and we get back to football, Badunga of Kansas and the guard from Oregon, the report was that to get those 2 players to Louisville spent $9 million for those 2 players.
I mean, that's 4.5. That's believable. 4.5, 4.5. I mean,
that's why I'm getting to the point where I brought up, $30 million is going to be the new college basketball roster.
And I know this is stupid, and I almost asked this to Clay yesterday, but I didn't because it's so stupid to think about this. But Lenore Sellers, who said he got offered $8 million to transfer, and his dad told him, you're 19 years old, you don't need $8 million. But if you stack together 4 good years of being an elite college player, will we ever have a college football player who will forego the NFL because he made enough money in college to where, listen, I don't want to go bang my head around and do the NFL thing. I've made $10 million here in NIL in college. I'm good. I'm done.
So if you had another Tim Tebow that was a marginal NFL player, like the NFL didn't know what they were going to do with Tim Tebow, and you've got the new college rule that they're going to probably pass where you got 5 years of eligibility, 5 to play 5 now.
So you can play every game for 5 years.
So Tim Tebow coming out of Nice High School in Florida, can you imagine what the bidding would be for him now?
You saw Bryce Underwood last year. I mean, the reports were $8 to $10 million.
And then as his career progresses, if it progressed the same way, 5 years of Tim Tebow, I just throw this number out there. I would say by the end of his career in 5 years, he could have averaged $8 to $10 million a year.
Yeah, maybe.
A $50 million college career.
To your point, yes, they would have enough money, but I think it would take a player, not even Tebow because he went in the first round, it would take a tweener. Would be one of these guys that maybe gets drafted in the 4th or 5th round. Do I really want to go bang heads and make a rookie contract, a few $100,000 when I've already got $15 million in my bank? Let's pursue something else possibly.
Like, I'm not a guy that gets upset very often about how sports changes or anything. But when I heard the $9 million for those two players at Louisville in basketball, it did start to that we're throwing that much money around for two basketball players where one of them is really good and the other one played 12 games at Oregon, and they're not getting it evenly, obviously, but $9 million for those two players, $9 million. We're talking about high school kids coming out, and if they're top tier, $1 million, and they'll answer the phone. They're not answering the phone at $750,000, and so many people that fill up the seats don't make that money. I can see where there are people that get upset about that.
Well, and especially if these guys don't go out and produce. I mean, we got a text yesterday about Aiden Sherrell testing Big 12 waters, and he's wanting $5 million.
I saw that Aiden Sherrell. Who did I see him linked to? Indiana.
I mentioned Indiana on the show last week.
Yeah, and then I saw a further report, and I remembered you had said that, a further report that Indiana was after Aiden Sherrell. And to Lance's point, the person that texted us said the going number, what did he say, 4 or 5?
$5 million.
5, yeah.
$5 million is what I said on the air last week from the field of 68, yep.
For Aiden Sherrell. I mean, Bethune-Cook's a better player than Sherrell, right?
Yeah. I mean, defensively for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I'm a Louisville fan, I'm excited about this. I think you're seeing, didn't you have the story last week where Jeff Brom threw his AD out of the office reportedly?
Yeah.
Do you see why now? Do you think this might have led to that?
First thing I thought of was when we paid $9 million for two basketball players.
Yeah, what's my budget?
I don't remember this, by the way. You were talking about Browning Nagle. Jeff Brom took snaps in that game against Alabama.
Did he really?
He's the number 2 quarterback for Louisville.
But
because it was such a blowout.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you think? What do you think his overall budget is? I mean, if you had to guess, Jeff Brom's overall budget at Louisville.
At Louisville, I would think he's probably got $15 million now.
So $9 million for two basketball players, and I got to build a roster on 15 is what he's probably yelling about.
What would A.J. McCarron have been worth in the NIL world back in the day? That's a question we can ask him when he jumps on here with us. The show being brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision as we get ready to talk to AJ.
Yeah, 205-969-8100, the number I called back in 2003. I still have the 2015 vision, better than 2020. Make the phone call that I made. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She will hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
All right, Stallions home opener, 3 o'clock against Orlando Saturday at Protective. Go Pack Protective, UFLStallions.com to get tickets, UFLStallions.com to get tickets. Our first chance as the head coach of the Birmingham Stallions to talk with A.J. McCarron. He's been on the show before. Welcome back, Coach. Hope you're doing well today.
Yep, appreciate it.
I know the record isn't what you want it to be, but have you enjoyed coaching? I mean, this is your first foray into this. How have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've had a blast. Listen, we 2 weeks in a row falling short, but by a combined of 6 points. It's simple. It comes down to not beating ourselves and learning how to finish, and that's just something we got to be better at. That and not beating ourselves with stupid penalties. So, listen, but the guys are practicing hard. They're playing hard, and they understand that. I mean, it's not scheme. It's not us being in the wrong spots. It's us just taking plays off and then having bonehead plays, and we got to learn how to not beat ourselves.
I apologize for asking the question because you probably would have been asked it a million times, but selfishly, I haven't heard the answer. How did you get into coaching? Was this an itch that you've had for the last few years? Is it a conversation that you had over a beer with somebody and it just led to this? Can you give us a background Cliff Notes story on how you are now the head coach for the Stallions?
Yeah, I mean, I've always helped a ton of staffs. I've spent time helping college staffs. I've been offered OC jobs at the college level. I've been asked to be a part of NFL staffs. But I was enjoying being retired. I've been blessed to make enough money to do what I want, and I wanted to be a dad and coach my kids and play golf and spend time with them. And then I got a call from Russ Brandon that basically said, "Hey, Skip doesn't want to do this anymore. He's moving on, and we want to see if you'd like to be the head coach." And so that's how this came about.
Ticket sales are booming right now. We want you to be out there this weekend as the Stallions finally get to play a home game. AJ, I'm wondering, was there ever something you heard Nick Saban say at practice that you rolled your eyes at while a player, and now you've caught yourself saying the same thing, and you think to yourself, God, that's one thing Saban used to say all the time in practice, and I just said it in practice myself?
No, I mean, I never really rolled my eyes. I understood Coach on a level that probably nobody else did, just because of the amount of time I always spent with him. I was with him from the time I was getting recruited to the time my last game there. Every Sunday morning I was with him watching film in his office. And so it's, I think the biggest mistake you make as a head coach when you've been a part of his teams or his staff is you try to be him instead of taking things that he taught and the process-oriented mindset and then being yourself. And that's the biggest thing with me is, one, being myself, being a player's coach, that the guys know that, listen, I'm here to take care of them. I care for them. But at the same time, I mean, there are things that, it was instilled in us at an early age, at Bama, and it's the way we do it here. It's being detail-oriented, being process-oriented. I mean, that's what it takes to win. I try to tell the guys each and every day is every play has a history and a life of its own. Like we go up 10 points the other night. We got them in 3rd and long, and, we call 1Y, and we get beat on a double move because we take a play off. Our eyes are in a bad location, and we end up getting beat on a double move when we're playing off coverage to it. So it's things like that.
That literally sounded just like him.
Yeah, that was a great answer.
That was a great Nick Saban. Yeah.
By the way, I'm digging the sweatshirt. Tell me about this sweatshirt. I love this. Dream the big dream. What's this sweatshirt about?
Oh, this is just a Texas Rangers sweatshirt. So,
I mean, are you a Rangers fan?
I mean, did you buy that?
No. So they're right here. We've been to the stadium a couple times, but I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever been to Globe Life. It's freaking awesome. It's a great stadium to watch a ball game in. And we went a couple times, and during our camp, they had that college tournament like every weekend for about a month straight, and got to watch Auburn, Florida State play, and a couple other games. So it was pretty cool.
Well, if you need Stallions gear, I can get you some. So let me know.
I got plenty of it. I just sometimes you need to not wear it all day long. You need a break because I'm about to head to practice, and then I got to wear it all over again.
AJ McCarron is with us, Stallions coach, UFLStallions.com to get tickets. As Jim said, we were told before the season even started, ticket sales are already well ahead of last year. So I think they're hopefully expecting a really good crowd there Saturday. Weather should be great. 3 o'clock kick for Orlando down at Protective. If we did I would be interested in a pay-per-view channel. We would do pay-per-view, and I guess you and Siski could split it. You and Siski on the headset together. Would it be as entertaining as I think?
I mean, it's really I'm the calm one. I hardly ever. I think it's what's made this transition so easy for me, from a sense of understanding when you play the quarterback position, you have to understand how to talk to certain players. All right. You're already, and then when you've been through the Saban, mind games before, you understand how to, talk to certain guys. So there's certain guys that, hey, I can jump on them and call them out. There's certain guys I have to put my arm around and talk to. Like I'm in the game. I understand I have to be that guy, from a sense of, hey, I need you. Like, and it's almost a babying process to it a little bit, but then there's certain times where you got to, but I would say I'm definitely more of the calm one, until it comes to the referees. I have no problem ripping their ass, and maybe it helps us. Sometimes it probably hurts us, but they tend to piss me off a lot.
Yeah. What was your phrase you used on the challenge I was watching? And you threw the challenge flag. I think it was the Louisville game, and extreme holding of the very extreme holding of the left tackle.
But it's things like that. It's not to call these refs out, but in this league, you only get one challenge. Okay. And if we're not going to make it to where if you win your challenge, you get it back. But in a play like that, it's last drive of the game. It's obvious holding. I see it from 20 yards down the sideline. Like, why am I having to waste my challenge on this? Like, I don't understand that what this league is. And I told the side judge, it was Josiah and Lachelle the other day, and I showed him on the iPad. And Justin Ross runs a route. At the top of his route, he's bent over because the guy's holding his jersey. And the back judge says, well, you got to challenge. I'm like, I shouldn't have to challenge a normal pass interference. Like, we got to make this call. We got to get this right. Your eyes need to be in the right spot. Like, we have a job to do. You should have to be held to a certain standard to do your job as well.
Three games in, I mean, do you look at coaches that want to coach forever and you're like, these guys are insane, or do you get it now?
No, I love it. I mean, when you've been around ball your whole life, like, and there's another factor to it of leading guys. Like, there's a reason these guys are in this league, whether it's issues off the field, or it's them not understanding how to watch film, how to be a pro. It's them not understanding how to be on time to things. I mean, we're pretty simple. If you're late to a meeting, you don't play. I'm holding guys to that standard because I don't want to take their money, but at the same time, because I understand what they're playing for. Now, they're playing for more money than what I was playing for in this league, but still, you're not playing for a ton of money at all. So be a pro, because if you do get a shot to go to the next level, you're held to a certain standard. And if you're late to meetings, you're fined thousands of dollars. If you're late to a practice, guess what? You don't play. Like, there's a standard to be held to, and either you're going to do it the right way and the way we want, or if you're not, then we'll just release you and get rid of you. And hey, it's no hard feelings, but we're going to move on and get the people in here that wants to do it the right way.
Stallions at home this weekend, but I know Morgan Wallen and all these concerts are going on, so if you can't make it this weekend, they're back home next week. Make plans to get out there and support AJ, especially you Alabama fans. The process, you see it just playing out in front of you with the Stallions. It's a fun watch, so go watch them this weekend. I want to ask you about Matt Corral, because you played in the league for a long time. There are places where that have bad quarterback rooms right now. What does Matt Corral do right that you think may give him another shot at an NFL job someday?
Well, listen, he can make every throw on the field. My biggest thing with him is his past haunts him, okay? And he is afraid at times to throw the ball with conviction. And I saw it the other night after the first pick. All right, he didn't play in timing of his feet. We call it a play we call thunder. It's a throughs on the inside by the slots, and it's 5-yard unders. He's supposed to one shuffle. If the nickel goes, bam, I throw the 5-yard under. He hesitates, he double clutches, then he throws it late across the middle. by that point, you let the under get there, it's towards the backer, it's picked. And it happened. I told him it was going to happen if he didn't play on time. So after that, I felt like he was nervous the entire first half. It took till halftime to talk to him, calm him down, and he came out and was a different player in the second half. That's where he has to take the next step. And again, I don't know if it's his past, but I told him. And whether it's, calling him out a little bit, but he has to be better in that area to where he can have a Brett Favre mentality to this thing, a little bit of, screw it. I messed up. I threw a pick, but guess what? I can also throw 4 picks in this game, but I can throw 7 touchdowns and come back and win this game. And he has to get to that level to make it to the NFL. And also on top of that, it's a little bit of teaching him how to play the position all over again. His past offenses have been, whether it's with Lane or Skip, according to him, is more of, hey, this is where you're going. You're not reading, like, this is who you're going to, or this is the side you're going to. Our offense is a pro-style offense. You are going to go through your reads. 1, 2, 3, check down. And I think it's part of having to teach him the position again. And once he gets this down and plays with confidence, confidence is his biggest thing. When he has confidence, you can see it. The Louisville game, he's out, he's making throws, he knows where to go with the ball, he's using his feet. And then when he hesitates is when he starts to play bad. And I got to get him out of that slump.
Saturday, 3 o'clock, the McCarron family section. Pretty friends and family, pretty big for this game, the home opener?
I couldn't tell you. I just know my wife and kids are coming, but I let her and the family, they all deal with that. I do not need those distractions. I don't want to hear anything about tickets. I gave everybody in the family, hey, if people are wanting tickets, this is who you reach out to, Heather or to Ron, our team ops. I'm like, let them deal with it. I got enough on my plate.
UFLstallions.com. That's where you go get tickets.
Yeah.
Everybody go to UFLstallions.com and pack protective. Good luck Saturday, AJ.
I just got a text from Siski that says he hopes he dresses well before the game, just in case you need to borrow anything from him.
Well, you mentioned that earlier, Jim, but I had a Birmingham Stallions sweatshirt on, and he liked it, and he was like, "That looks too big on you." So and this was too small. So let's swap. So I'm wearing his.
It's all those concession stand videos that Siski's doing. He can't fit into his clothes anymore.
Listen, this dude eats more bread than any human I've ever known in my life.
It's a good way to live.
Yeah.
All right, good luck, AJ. Thank you for the time. We really, really appreciate it, and good luck Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it, fellas.
All right, man. Talk again soon. That's A.J. McCarron, the head coach of the Stallions.
I've already told you, A.J. and Siski at podcasting are really good. Siski's turning into a star in this league. The announcers are raving about, and I watched another game that Birmingham wasn't involved in, and how slow the play calling is, because they show almost every play call by the offensive coordinators.
Right.
And it was DC United and somebody else. I was flipping through and it was on, and I was just for the technology to hear him call plays. I stopped, and the old guy for whichever team that was playing DC United was so slow at calling plays. And if the 2 Stallion games I've turned on to watch,
was it Homer Smith?
God rest his soul.
He's passed.
It was a joke.
He would be a slow play caller right now. Yes,
but Siski is so spot on, and compared to the others. And I know we know Siski, but compared to the others, I'm like, he's actually he's spot on the play call. He's really quick. He's decisive.
I don't have it in front of me, but I think they scored 15 week 1 in the win and 20 and 30 in the 2 losses.
Yeah.
So his offense has gotten better every week scoring wise.
Klatt was the first game. I'd recorded it to make sure I watched it to support those guys. And Klatt had that game, and he was just raving about Siski's play calling. Not only was he calling the right play, but how quick he was calling it.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching these other guys, and I'm like, all due respect, Siski never comes across like he's Mensa or anything, but he seems to be.
You said all due respect, so it can't be an insult.
His IQ in football terms seems to be way ahead of these other guys who are calling plays in this league. So it's a fun thing. Go watch it this weekend if you're not going to Morgan Wallen, and then
widespreads right down there.
If you can't make it this weekend, book it for the other 4 home games. Just a entertaining product, man.
I got a text from Mincy. He's coming to town for widespread. And he was asking about the Stallions game too. So I think there's two
walking distance.
I know. So I told him there's 2 widespread shows. I'll be like, you're right next door.
Yeah.
So he's going to do both widespread shows.
Yep.
And I said, you may as well do the Stallions game too, Mincy.
Pitch a tent down there, Mincy.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't think that'll be a doubleheader for a lot of people.
Yeah, but I bet you Mincy does it 100%. Knowing him.
They sell concessions at the Stallions game, man. Go in there and get a hot dog while you're partaking in the widespread stuff. Alexander Shinara bringing you part of the show today, Brownie. Tell us about Alexander Shinara.
Shinara.com, Shinara.com. That is where you go when you're in need of any sort of legal assistance. It's our guy, Alexander Shinara. How successful is Alexander Shinara, you might ask? I would say to the tune of $2 billion. That's what he's recovered for his clients. $2 billion, with a B, $2 billion he's recovered for clients. Maintaining just a few core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. That's it. You do that, you manage that, and you can be a star. And that's what Alexander Shinara has done. Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. With Alexander Shinara, trial attorneys, Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
Hey, shout out to Mama Man Ray on Reddit, College Football. He has put together a prediction on every College Game Day stop and other option alternatives. By seeing this, he, of course, North Carolina, TCU, and the opener in Dublin, he says. Clemson, LSU, week 1. And he says, truthfully, it's almost automatic because there's not another good option. He goes, the second best option actually is Baylor, Auburn in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's not close.
What a bad week 1.
So that tells me that's a bad week 1, right?
Yeah, that sucks, man. I look so much forward to week 1.
Week 2, he projects Ohio State at Texas.
That's easy.
The best other option is Oklahoma, Michigan.
That is at Michigan, though,
Yep.
so that's going to be the Fox Big Noon. So, yeah, they will definitely do it.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And Ohio State, Texas is a better game.
Yeah. Week 3, he says no brainer. LSU at Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's got to be.
The whole world
I
will be
really
there.
don't care what else is going on.
I'm with you,
He
absolutely.
even
Just
says
for the scene.
best other option is Florida State, Alabama. So it probably not a great week
not
that
even
weekend
close.
either. Week 4. Now, hey, this is where it gets interesting. Week 4, Oregon at USC.
That's an early game day, and obviously a Fox or NBC game, CBS or NBC. Actually, it won't be a Fox.
I mean, what else do we have?
You have Oklahoma at Georgia, he says, or Texas A&M at LSU.
You've just done LSU, Ole Miss. I don't know. That's tricky.
Yeah.
Oklahoma at Georgia.
But Oregon USC is a fun game,
Yeah,
though,
I think
man.
Oregon USC is the way I would
It's
go.
just an early morning, and I don't even – it's been so long since they've done a USC one. They do it right there on campus. But, boy, early morning in L.A.
But you do it at the Coliseum because it's 11 a.m. kick, yeah.
Well, no, they won't. That won't be a big noon kick.
They won't do that one?
No, I would think that's probably a CBS game. Or it could be the NBC primetime game.
Week 5, Miami at Clemson, they say. Really no other option. They said this could be the time they squeeze in, the military or an FCS game. But
That
Miami
early
at
in the
Clemson,
season?
I mean, with Miami.
Yeah, but I just wonder at that point, does Clemson have 1 or 2 losses?
Yeah. If they beat LSU, that's a far more intriguing game.
Yeah.
But if they've lost to LSU.
Yeah. Now, here's a tough one. Week 6, Georgia at Alabama is his projection.
Why is that a tough one?
And you could have 2 unbeaten teams
Yeah.
meeting up there. In fact, both teams expect to be unbeaten.
It's actually a little trickier for Georgia because they've already had Oklahoma.
That's the tricky part, is the Red River shootout, same day, Texas and Oklahoma.
Ooh, wow. Those games are the same day, Georgia, Bama, and Texas, Oklahoma?
According to this guy, Momo Man Troy.
Yeah. If Oklahoma
does he mess those things up?
Oklahoma beats Michigan and Texas beats Ohio State.
What if Georgia and Bama are undefeated too? What a day for the SEC, huh?
I get it, but undefeated
well, no,
Texas,
everybody can't be undefeated
Oklahoma.
because Georgia would have played Oklahoma. That's my bad.
USC at Penn State also that day, too.
Wow, that's a good day of football.
Yeah, that is a good day of football.
So probably big noon, USC Penn State, 2:30 kick Red River, primetime game.
Bama, Georgia.
Georgia, Alabama.
They have generally put Herb Street and Fowler on that Red River, but they won't do that with Bama, Georgia playing. Herb Street and Fowler will be doing Bama, Georgia.
Unless something's come off the rails for Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah, which almost has to be on the Georgia side with Alabama's opening schedule.
Week 7, They say this guy says it's a no-brainer. Ohio State at Indiana, there's not another good option. As you said, biggest game ever on campus in Indiana.
That setting should be incredible.
But can I just quickly say we're only halfway through this? My takeaway is how often you're saying there's just not another good option. This is not the most uplifting segment you've ever done with us.
Not my opinion. It's my man Ray.
I know, but
who's a Tennessee
if
fan.
he doesn't think it's a good option.
Week 8, he says Houston at Utah.
That's
Houston at Utah.
That's the best option.
Indiana, Michigan that week, but he says usually ESPN tries to squeeze in one Big 12 game. Houston is becoming a sexy offseason pick to win the Big 12. Week 9, he says random G6 FCS game. You got Florida, Georgia, Arizona State, BYU, Arizona, Texas Tech that day. Week 10, Oregon at Ohio State's his pick.
Easy.
Alabama, LSU, same day in Baton Rouge. Week 11, Michigan at Oregon, his pick. You have Texas at LSU, same day. What I expect to happen with Michigan season, I think Texas LSU is the play.
And you've
that
just
day.
done Ohio State, Oregon. So you, again, back-to-back with Oregon. And I think Texas LSU, some of this depends on how good LSU is. I mean,
it really does.
If Kiffin's that good, that Bama LSU game could be massive. And Texas LSU could be massive.
Yeah. Week 12, he has Texas A&M at Oklahoma. I think his other alternate option will be the one that gets picked because I think SMU will have a good year. SMU at Notre Dame, it's going to be a chance to get Notre Dame on, and it's one of the few rare Notre Dame
Yeah, it really depends on SMU.
games. But if SMU is good,
one or
that's
less loss, yeah.
That's one of the, least
Where did
ones.
he have them for Miami, Notre Dame? Are we there yet?
That was earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What week is that? Because he does not mention Miami.
I think
Notre
it's
Dame.
like 5 or 6.
Do you have dates or week, Jim?
I have weeks. Week 13, Michigan, Ohio State. So we're already there, and he did not mention that one.
Yeah, I mean, Miami, Notre Dame should be the biggest game. That is...
Is that week 10 as well?
Saturday, November 7th. Give me a second. I'll count.
think
1,
that's week
2,
10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
So that's the same weekend as Oregon, Ohio State, Alabama, LSU, and Miami at Notre Dame.
There's a chance Miami, Notre Dame's the biggest of those three games.
Could be, yeah.
Could have 2 unbeaten teams.
Yeah, I mean, and
In fact, should have 2 unbeaten teams.
Yeah, and that's going to be close to 2 top 5 teams if they're both undefeated.
I mean, how about that? If Alabama's good, LSU's good, Oregon and Ohio State are going to be good, Miami, Notre Dame is going to be good, all that on week 10.
Yeah, your problem is going to be Bama, LSU, Miami, Notre Dame are going to be head-to-head because those will both be primetime. That'll be your primetime NBC game because it's in
South Bend.
It's in South Bend. And then Bama, LSU, is going to be primetime ABC.
And Oregon, Ohio State's going to be 11 a.m.
That should be your big noon kick. So, boy, if we can snag a sneaky good 2:30 game, that's one heck of a day of football.
That really is.
Just pick another good SEC game.
Just give me a good 2:30 game, and I am set for that day.
How about that? All right, just a little sneak look ahead at possible game day locations, giving you a little taste buds there of the college football season we have coming up. By the way, I mentioned Houston is sneaky. Rotoballer.com. I got to this website. It's actually pretty good.
There's more money, right, for them?
I don't know who. I don't know who puts Rotoballer.com together.
Yeah.
But I enjoy their website. They did their 12-team playoff predictions. Miami, the number 1 overall seed.
What have we done here with Mario Cristobal?
I don't know.
I mean, one good playoff run, and all of a sudden this guy's Bear Bryant. I mean,
4 Big Ten teams: Indiana, Oregon, Michigan, and Ohio State. Only 3 SEC teams: Texas, Georgia, LSU.
Uh-oh.
A lot of upset fans there.
Yes, sir.
Notre Dame is in. UNLV is the group of 6 team, and 2 Big 12 teams: BYU and Houston. Rotoballer.com.
So that's a good website, huh?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. All right, when we come back, we'll get to Trash Today, the show being brought to you.
You think their website tingles when they're afraid of heights?
That's your disease.
When I
look
got the old Rotoballer.
When I look over the edge of a high platform, I have Rotoballer. Our friends at Odie's getting you ready for, is it Wednesday already?
Tonight. It is. Me and Brown will be out there, the original location in Crestline. Come join us. Get out there early. Enjoy some of the great food from Rodney Davis, the wings, the burgers, the sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. But we do Odie's Team Trivia every Wednesday night at the original location, the newer location right there in Edgewood and Homewood on Broadway. A great location to go for as well for lunch or dinner. Stop in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama-born, Alabama-raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at The Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
This spring, make it a week the whole family will remember. The Regions Tradition, presented by Coca-Cola, returns to Greystone for championship golf and family fun. Watch legendary players compete, enjoy activities for all ages, and experience the excitement on and off the course. Don't forget to stop by Hole 10 following play on Saturday for a live concert featuring Blues Traveler. This is a week you don't want to miss. April 29th through May 3rd. Get your tickets now.
When you think of Birmingham, it's hardworking people that go out each and every day to provide for their families, and that's how we want our team and our play on the field. Join us April 18th as we take on the Orlando Storm. United we ride.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
All right, final segment of the show. It's hard to imagine But we are going, if AJ sticks with this, we will get to a point where there will be a discussion of A.J. McCarron being the coach in Tuscaloosa one day, if he sticks with this. At some point, that will be a discussion we will have if he sticks with this.
He'll have to go be a head coach somewhere other than the UFL.
Yeah,
no. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
You talking about for the next 10 years?
No, I'm just saying that right now he coaches this, and then it leads to something else. I'm not saying he's the coach of the Stallions for 3 years and then it's the debate. It's this leads to the next job. Does he want to get into it in the college, or does he want to get into it in, as an assistant on an NFL staff?
I mean, that's like, hey, is Marshall Faulk one day going to be the next coach of the Rams?
But is he coaching anywhere right now?
Yeah.
Where's he coaching?
Jackson State. I don't know.
Okay, so he's got one of the HBCU jobs.
Yeah, he'll be coming to Birmingham, though.
Yeah,
It sounded like he's already planning on trying to bump into.
Well, I mean, I'd like to get him on the show. He'd be a great guest.
Well, I'd love to have him on the show.
Don't talk anything about that game. We'll just.
I mean, it's not off the table. No, he would probably have to have at least 2 college jobs. Wouldn't you say?
Depending on which one he got, whatever his name. I don't know the path from the UFL.
Just saying,
we haven't seen it yet. Skip Holtz was as successful as you could be.
And he just walked away.
Yeah, his dad passed away, and that may have had something to do with him walking away.
I think right now you could get Ty Simpson to ever win a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback at 50 to 1. I think it's probably like 500 to 1,000 to 1 that I think that would be the difference. I think it's a much more likely scenario that Ty Simpson wins a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback than A.J. McCarron ever being the head coach at Alabama.
I'm just saying, if he's successful at the UFL level, a type of college job he gets would be a Sun Belt level job, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Out of that?
Yeah.
South Alabama.
South Alabama. He's
Troy.
a Mobile guy.
Yeah, all right. So Mobile, like South Alabama, doesn't work out for Major Applewhite.
Let's just play geography. He goes to South Alabama. He takes over there.
And then I don't think there's any way Alabama hires him out of South Alabama.
No.
I think he would need another job beyond that.
Yeah,
is what
I would
I'm
agree.
saying. And then if he's successful at that, well, now
that's why I was saying it's a 10-year process.
Yeah. I mean, minimum 10 years on that process. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it's not crazy.
That would be crazy.
Okay, maybe it is crazy. I just said it's not crazy.
I mean, it would be. He just got his first job. He's coaching the Stallions, and then to think he's going to be the Alabama coach one day, that's pretty crazy.
He's 3 games in.
And again, it's no knock. I mean, he's the most decorated player, or one of the most decorated players all time, one of the Alabama greats.
And that's my point. If he has any success at all in the coaching world, if he chooses to stick with that, then because of his ties to Alabama and how successful he was, and he's a quarterback, so you have that offensive IQ.
But again, it goes down to like who's recruiting against you. Like if there are other programs like Ohio State and Texas that want A.J. McCarron, it makes sense. But if you're just talking about A.J. McCarron in the equation because he played for Alabama, that's always dangerous territory.
But my point, I started this off by saying there will come a day, if he's successful at this, we will have to have the discussion of A.J. McCarron being the coach at Alabama.
Let me ask you,
that's all I was saying.
And I thought it was interesting that real quick that he said that he had gotten calls to be an offensive coordinator. I would think an offensive coordinator would be a much easier path to get to where you want to ultimately get as a coach than being a UFL head coach.
Which is a little bit the question I was about to ask. Like, as he grows as a coach, do you think he's more drawn to the college path or the NFL path?
It depends on where the offers are coming from.
Let's assume they're coming from both places.
If they're coming from both places, I could see him in the NFL.
I could too.
Yeah,
I would think he's probably more drawn towards the NFL. Just guessing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I would be based on the calendar.
AJ and I are not friends, but to your point, he does seem like he has other interests other than football, and doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would enjoy recruiting as much as some people do.
He seemed like it's been a grind these 3 or 4 weeks, so I planned on asking him if he had ever blocked you on Twitter, but I just stayed away from him.
I don't really think he knows who I am.
We called you by name.
Well, he blocked you on Twitter.
Yeah, that could have been accidental. I've done that before.
You've accidentally blocked somebody?
Yeah, I think.
Or if you accidentally blocked me. I mean,
what?
Our friends at Hemphill gets us to trash today. Tell us about our friends at Hemphill.
Our friends at Hemphill, they are there to serve you. Look, make sure that HVAC is ready to keep up with the changing weather. Our friends at Hemphill Services, Adam, Chad, Andrew, they can help you out with this. 205-229-2090, whether it's home or business. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for any and all these issues. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Sandra, how far has this family come?
We came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Good answer.
It's almost draft time again.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy, 8 days away from the draft. We start first. A Parisian art enthusiast could not believe his luck when he found out Tuesday he had won a Pablo Picasso painting worth $1 million with just a $117 raffle ticket. This is Ari Hedera, 58 years old. Quote, "How do I check that it's not a hoax?" he said after he was drawn at the Christie's auction house in the French capital.
Just give me your social security number and we'll be good.
How is this painting something people like? I mean, come on, man. The stuff we call art, like, what is that even?
Better than the Mona Lisa.
I mean, that literally
Hedera described himself as an art amateur fond of Picasso, said he had bought his ticket over the weekend after finding out about the charity raffle by chance during a meal in a restaurant.
Is that a picture of her?
Or Jim?
Well, I mean,
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
Her on acid. Quote, "First, I will tell the news to my wife, who has yet to return from work." Now, Hedera is a sales engineer. Now, the one Picasso for 100 euros lottery was Picasso's Head of a Woman. That portrait right there, Picasso's longtime muse and partner, Dora Maar. It was painted by the artist, 1941. The online draw offered a chance to win $1 million. Organizers said 120,000 tickets were sold worldwide, netting $14 million. Of that, $1.17 million will be paid to the Opera Gallery, an international art dealership that owned the painting.
If that was my longtime muse, I probably would have cut off more than my ear.
Do you think she said, "You think this is what I look like"?
I mean, is her nose on her right cheek or
Can
left
you
cheek?
zoom into the painting there, Tyler? Do you mind?
That's my inner id.
I mean, literally, you know what happened here. He didn't sell any of his crap when he was alive, right? All his stuff sold when he was dead.
I'm not sure if he was a big seller while he was alive. He
Van
pioneered
Gogh,
this
all
entire
of Van Gogh's.
style.
Oh, I'm thinking of Van Gogh.
Yeah, Van Gogh was completely broke and never sold a piece of art until after he
And
died.
Van Gogh's the one that cut off his ear.
Yes.
Yeah, so you got the wrong
We
guy.
got there.
Yes. Picasso, I guarantee you was like, he's like, "Guys, I can sell anything on my name." No, you can't, Pablo. Watch this crap.
I'll put her eye where her ear is and her nose where her cheek is.
Just put my name on it. We'll sell this. And he was right.
$1 million.
To his credit. Yeah.
$1 million.
I mean, that's awful. Yeah. I wouldn't hang that in my house for anything.
It looks a little like Chunk and Goonies.
Goonies.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though?
What? John Matuzak.
Just to take this whole conversation full circle. I'm a high school recruit being recruited, and you can buy a Picasso cheaper than me.
That's
an original
true.
Picasso.
Yeah, not a good one, but a Picasso.
Cheaper than you can recruit me to play at a big school.
Yeah, by the way, if, my favorite school, I would rather have a Picasso than give $1 million for a player. I don't know about you guys.
I know,
Not necessarily that one.
Everybody's doing it now.
Yeah. You'd give the Rams $1 million to get the best player before you buy a Picasso. Like if the Rams are $1 million short.
I'll tell you this. I would rather have, if you want to ask it like this, another Super Bowl championship or a Picasso. I'd rather have another Super Bowl championship.
I don't even think twice about that. I could care less about a Picasso.
I wouldn't even know where I'd put the Picasso.
I wouldn't put that in my house. I'd put that in my garage.
Which is
and in the
basically
back of the
saying
garage.
that I would pass on $1 million for the Rams to win another Super Bowl, which I'm not going to say it out loud, but I think I would.
I think we all know.
You would wait.
I would, yeah.
You would say if you had $1 million cash,
Yep.
U.S. currency sitting there, tax-free.
Or
a
Rams
Super Bowl.
You take the Rams Super Bowl.
But I got to ask it like this because I want the drama of being able to not know going in. So if you're like, okay, we're going to give you $1 million, but we will guarantee you're never going to win another Super Bowl, and you can have it right now, tax-free cash, or there will be a time in your life that you're alive to see it.
You just know it's coming. You just don't know when.
I would take the Super Bowl over the $1 million for sure.
Okay, this is
for sure
$1 million cash, or you've got a chance to win a Super Bowl.
No guarantee,
but
you're in the running.
That becomes a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Well, he's in that right now. They got a chance to win the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah.
They can't beat Seattle.
Yeah. That's the thing. But if I was
what
guaranteed
about this? $1 million cash, or we tell you the rest of your life whether you win another Super Bowl or not.
Like we know the answer?
Yeah, that ruins it for you.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to know. Yeah.
Okay.
You pass $1 million on
that. Like, I still cannot believe. I can't believe that game was in Seattle.
What?
I would take $1 million over the Atlanta Falcons never winning another football game.
Yeah. I mean, we've got different levels of fandom, though. Yeah.
I think I would take, at this point in my life, I think I would take $1 million.
But honestly, I wouldn't take it. And don't take this the wrong way. I think you're a great dad. You're a great husband. But I wouldn't take $1 million for 1 year of your weekends.
What?
Forster's, because, he's...
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to take $1 million and never. If you tell me $1 million and I never watch anything again except college football.
Okay, but what about if it was college football?
Yeah, you can't watch college football and you watch anything
that's
else.
where I am on the Rams. My Rams are like, that's y'all's golf. That's my hobby.
$1 million, but you can only watch stuff that I watch, Joe.
For $1 million?
Yeah.
You watch everything.
I mean, why are you getting punished? I don't have to watch it with you. I don't want you to be punished.
No, you get $1 million.
He'd be asking you questions all the time until he got bored.
No, wait a minute.
What's this guy doing with this chainsaw?
I thought this person got killed. God, $1 million is not what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be. And taking your fandom completely away, basically.
I know, but I'm at a different part of my life where, I got a friend who's hiking around Europe today. I mean, for $1 million, I could do a couple of summers of that stuff.
But is that stuff you want to do?
Do you really want to hike around Europe? For $1 million, you could go just stay in good hotels in Europe.
I've never done it. I don't know if I want to or not.
Yeah, but
I don't hike around
I,
here.
I like watching the Rams win. So
you don't hike in Birmingham.
I don't hike around here. Maybe I'd like hiking around Europe.
Yeah, and I've never had I know how good it feels when the Rams win. I've never had $1 million cash, so I don't know what that feels like. I think I would pass. I wonder if you ask that question, the most passionate thing somebody, whether they're an Alabama fan or it's golf or, it's the NBA, would they give up that for $1 million? I don't think most people would. Restaurant in China using AI to recommend food after scanning customers' tongues and faces, and they're even using robots to cook the dishes. I had just said a couple of weeks ago that, bartenders are always safe. And then I had a bar owner tell me, you know what? Once they got past the uncomfortable awkwardness of dealing with a robot and they got the drink orders right, it wouldn't be a big deal.
A robot. Here is your old fashioned.
Maggie got invited to a dinner recently, and I went with her, which is breaking news in its own self. But, this guy had a machine that basically is like the machine that you get where it's soda dispenser,
like the Freestyle,
and it had his bourbon of choice poured in, and it had like the mixer packet, like a Keurig. You put it in there, and if you wanted an old fashioned, you hit this, and it mixed an old fashioned that tasted really dang good. It's not the best old fashioned I ever had, but it's not the worst old fashioned.
Yeah. I saw a tailgate setup, and it's got the 4 fountains, and so like you can pack, old fashions or Bloody Marys if you wanted to,
margaritas
on one side, and you've got the full tap, and then on the other side you can do the beer. And they said it was an easy cleanup and everything.
Did it drop like an ice ball in there or something, or you got to do that on your own?
No, you put the ice ball in yourself,
So artificial intelligence has made a fair few waves in the food industry. There are restaurants across the world that use AI to help them set menus for the night, while others have started going all in on robot chefs. Now, some of those, however, needed to close because they have been unable to recruit humans to do some physical work for the robo chefs. Fast food restaurants also use AI at drive-through windows with differing results. In an attempt to speed things up over in China, McDonald's branch has robots greeting customers and taking orders. Additionally, other restaurants in China are using AI to scan the tongues and faces of customers before recommending what they should eat. As per the South China Morning Post, the 24 Quk robot restaurant has a number of robots to handle ordering, serving, cleaning, and cooking. However, before a customer can order, the AI completes an analysis of them, scanning tongues, faces, and asking a couple of questions from a questionnaire. I would love to see a Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay having to deal with a bunch of robots.
Did you pick these pictures, Tyler?
I did not.
Okay.
Why?
Just checking. I was just wondering.
Okay. Interesting question. I was just laughing.
I thought that was leading to a follow-up.
Yeah, I did too. Nope. Question's over. I was laughing at Jim making the joke about Picasso cutting his ear off. And I didn't catch it. It's not that I caught it. I just think it's funny. Picasso cut his ear off. That was Van Gogh.
Man, this woman that Stephen A. Smith is interviewing is beat the shit back.
She was. She's a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm
Why did I say wrestler? Why did I say that?
I'm here
Taking
to tell
it back
you.
to the sportatorium.
I am, Arda.
It's fake.
Yeah, I hope it is.
No, you don't think she's all
would
bruised
go on
up?
the camera.
No. I think that is.
Is this Liv Morgan?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think they made her up to promote WrestleMania coming up this weekend and the rematch with Stephanie, and
They said let's add some bruises.
Yeah, it's physical, man.
I will tell you that forehead bruise. They actually look pretty real.
Yeah, if that's makeup, they did a good job.
They did a really good job.
Yeah, I'm betting it's fake.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would think it probably.
But I agree with you. The best part of the makeup is the knot on the forehead.
Yeah. It's almost like she was in a car crash and the airbag deployed and it raccooned her eyes and got that unicorn on the forehead. Louisiana man arrested after deputies say he climbed on the counter of a Culver's and exposed his ass and anus to a 16-year-old employee.
That is not welcoming to Delicious. I will go ahead and tell you that.
This man's name, Governor Moore. 20 years old, entered the fast food restaurant in Navarre, Florida last Tuesday with a group of young men who appeared, shockingly, to be intoxicated. Then the manager told the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's deputies that the men became unruly, climbed on the booth that they were seated at, and stood on the booth seat. They were told to stop or they would be asked to leave. According to the arrest report, a short time later, two of the men, including Moore, climbed onto the restaurant's counter and began to scream and make animal noises. Mara then allegedly pulled his shorts down about 3 feet from the face of a female employee behind the counter. The arrest report says the victim was visibly upset and wanted to press charges. He was charged with indecent exposure, disorderly intoxication of a public place, currently out of jail on a $2,000 bond. You should be able to use physical force when somebody's acting like
I
this.
kind of agree with you on that. Yeah. They're going to put their butt in my face.
Yeah.
I want to know what the difference between anus and ass is.
Well,
probably a little spreading. It took a little spreading.
See, that's what I was telling Brooks.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep.
One you can see and you're okay with. The other one you can see and you're like, I didn't see
One
that.
you can see on HBO, and the other they won't even show on Cinemax late nights.
She should be able to. They should be able to. The police should bring this guy back and set him up in Culver's at that booth, and she'd be able to whack him across the back as hard as she wants to with a baseball bat one time and call it even.
Yeah, that's fair. He's got the Timothy Chalamet, just dull expression. You see it a little bit there, Tyler?
He's got the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
32-year-old Chinese man suffering from a stomach ache discovered the source of his pain was a mercury thermometer that he had swallowed as a child.
Oh, man. That's been there a minute?
Now, the man, it's going to be shocking to you guys, surnamed Wang, said he swallowed the thermometer when he was 12 years old. He had been too scared to tell his parents at the time, saying he didn't want to drag them away from their busy jobs. Now, shockingly, had no symptoms afterwards, lived his life normally until he began experiencing pain in his stomach in spring of 2026.
Mercury poisoning is the big deal
I would
for me.
think so, too. I guess it would have to break, though, maybe.
What was his name? Dwayne?
Wang.
Thought it was Dwayne.
No.
Dwayne, I swallowed the thermometer.
Now an adult, Wang knew he needed to seek medical attention. Doctors at the First Affiliated Hospital Medical University performed a scan of his stomach, and they were shocked at what they saw. The scan showed the same mercury thermometer Wang had swallowed all those years ago, nestled inside the first segment of his small intestine. Ooh. Now, reports from the South China Morning Post say the tip of the device directly pressed into the side of his intestinal wall, located right next to his bile ducts, making extraction tricky process as it could damage the intestinal lining. Luckily, surgeons were able to get it out, finding what it was, indeed a mercury thermometer with its markings faded away due to spending so much time inside of his body.
Yeah, I know
Sounds
a guy.
like a future episode of The Pit.
Yeah, they've tried everything else. We need this one. A local physician, a guy I know, had severe weight loss, and it took him a while to find out it was a fish bone that was lodged somewhere like that, and it was causing him to lose all that much weight. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How stuff like that can impact you?
Yes.
I mean, that's just a fish bone.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it wears out a dog, man. Chicken bones. I mean, young Charlie had to have surgery a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, he swallowed a chicken bone?
Yeah. We have...
was it Champies?
No, we have some workers in the neighborhood
They just leave their bones out?
When they take a break, they throw them into bushes, and Charlie got into them one day.
What, like eating wings?
Yeah, or fried chicken from...
Damn, you got some savages working around you, man, just chunking their bones.
That's how landscaping goes. I have been the one throwing the chicken bones.
The animals will eat it.
Yeah, you should not throw the chicken bones, man. It's dangerous for the
Bad
dogs.
for the animals.
Yeah, scary for the dogs. All right, that's Trash Today, and that's our show today, brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. It's good down to the bone, juicy down to the bone, the fried chicken that we crave up here all the time. Go by and see Sterling. Don't forget all the great in-house made sides there, and the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. So much fun. ChampysChicken.com. It is a blast. Tomorrow we're live from Talladega Super Speedway. We'll be doing the show over there. Set up probably Brownie where? The garage area,
we were
right?
going to be at Big Bill's. That might be an issue this time. So there's a couple of other alternates. Maybe overlooking the track itself is one of the options there. So you may see the actual track behind it.
Okay, so Brown telling us we don't really know where we're setting
No.
tomorrow.
I know one of two spots.
Yeah.
I'm going to approve it later today.
All right, so we got that tomorrow at the track. I'll bring some win totals from Las Vegas. We'll talk about that on the show tomorrow. We'll also have Cole Best, Auburn center. You'll see that interview on the show tomorrow. And don't forget, we've also got a brand new OG kickoff out with Will and Connor. Saw that yesterday on our platform. You can go check that out. And, of course, always Mick and Jake with The Last Call. And our new next reel dropping momentarily. Tyler, tell us when that's going to drop.
That'll be dropping later this afternoon. I've got a meeting to get to before I can finish that up. But it will be out later today. Lance and I talk about the first concert we ever went to and our top 5 favorite concerts that we've been to.
All right. I know Lance's. I don't know yours.
Well, watch the next reel and you'll find out.
That's right. It's all right there.
Very interesting.
All right there at the Next Round platform on YouTube. And wherever you get our podcast, we appreciate you being with us. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.